right, welcome back, gentlemen. So last time on Traveler, we finished your adventure basically on this planet where, well, we have finished your adventure on this planet. Because it turns out that you're going to be here for a minute longer. But we finished the big assault. You guys did a fantastic job. You did all sorts of Mission Impossible-esque stunts. There was, falling on a rope and hanging, dangling beneath it while guards were beneath you. There was climbing up fans and accessing. Yeah, it was. It's Indiana Jones, but same thing. Like there was a lot of very dramatic stealth action, and you got in and out of that facility without alerting anyone to your presence or the things that you did, which was fantastic. It was better than could possibly be expected.
And a cardboard box.
And there was a cardboard box involved. And upon getting back to your hidey hole, you found out that your ship is out of quarantine, and that you have a mission off world, and things were looking up on the getting out of here front. Now, if you guys, you have a couple paths here. If you guys want to just mechanically rush through some of the logistics that have to happen, we can. However, since we're taking our time and we're stuck here on the planet anyway, I thought it would be pretty cool to role play a couple of the things, like looking for your other crewmates, because you realize that you might need a crewmate or two, and maybe having a spare or two would be good. So I have set up a bar scene where you guys can interview some crewmates. This is not required, but I think it would be good and fun. I also need to give you guys a couple of list of dramatic events that happen in this short period of time. This was all going to be part of an opening for the next adventure, but because we've had to shuffle things around, I think it's better to fit them in here. So as you guys would get access back to your ship, I'm sure one of the things you would do would be to rush over there and check on your ship and your dog and your supplies and all that jazz. And you guys pull up in your car, you get about the mundane action of, like, checking the cargo and everything, and going back and forth to the car that's out on the pad. And this one of you, we're gonna say it's Ghost character Taylor, is making a trip with boxes back and forth. You look up in the sky, and the sun has been setting, and there is this incredible flash. And then there's this bright light.
Shit.
And then there's this, what you recognize as a nuclear detonation in the upper atmosphere.
Holy fuck.
And then suddenly, all of these fireball-like items are raining down on the starport. They come careening around, and everyone starts running for cover. You run back in the ship for cover. Yeah. Nothing strikes the ship. But you definitely recognize as it's coming down that was a space station. Like, you can see a burning catwalk smack into the ground near the pad.
Holy shit. Yeah, I take the box down. I was covering my head with one of the boxes. Like, holy shit, the space station exploded. Guys, did you see that? Did you fucking see that thing? Holy shit, it's still raining down. Guys, don't fucking pick your head up, but you gotta look.
You guys get inside, and the debris is still raining down. It rains for hours, and there's an advisory for no pedestrians to try to walk outside. Luckily, your van is parked underneath the shadow of the ship, and the ship's hull is more than adequate to this size of debris. But other vehicles and such have been hit, and obviously pedestrians. A couple of yard mechanics and such have also taken cover underneath the ship in the basically the open mouth of your ship. You guys click on the local TV and immediately hear reports that the talking heads are basically saying the rebels have nuked another strategic site. This time they've nuked the orbital Leopard Communications survey satellite array, where you could do your surveying. And We don't know why they would want to do that other than to try to inhibit interstellar traffic, and like they're going on about their speculation as to why. But they do also say that a nuclear device identical to the other ones that went off was absolutely what went off, completely obliterating this mile-long station. The debris.
It was the Leopard comms array on the station that exploded?
No, it was the Leopard's communicate. It was the comms array is a space station that the place that you just did your facility to links to in space.
Kraken.
You guys would know that. So, you know, they're talking about why they all thought it is, and you guys are all just kind of looking at each other.
Whistling non-discriminately.
Well, there's a couple things you know. I mean, you know that you know, did this thing at the ground site for the ground station for the Leopard's comm station. And you also know that the missing nuclear device was in the possession of someone you let go.
Not missing anymore.
So,
Are we the baddies?
the debris is going to rain down for a couple of hours, and if you guys want to have a moment to have a conversation here, we can, but you guys have an appointment to meet with at least one, maybe more people who are interested in joining the crew at the bar on Onyx Row later on this evening. So have your conversations and let me know when you're ready for the next part of it, and enjoy the sound of debris tinking outside against the hull. It's like watching it pour down rain, but it's fire.
Well, I do know you don't see this every day, so I'm out there with my cell phone, you know, I'm like out a window, like just recording a video of what's going on, going, this is cool.
You think it's cool? I think Colonel Redwood just blew up that space station up there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
I mean,
I could pretty much guarantee that.
we can call him and ask. We've got his number.
I don't know if we want to ask, really.
Get some further clarification, right, and make sure that was him.
I mean, he had the nuke and he had to give it, like, somehow it got from him to the hands of whoever blew up the space station.
Well, all
If
that
it
work
wasn't
we
him.
just did probably is for... I mean, what are they going to relay to now? They'll have to build another space station up there.
Is Thodo's breaking up for anybody else, or is that just me?
It was a little bit.
Am I breaking up? I'm sorry.
Not. It's intermittent.
Yeah, comes to that.
I did, if you haven't changed your hardware from last time, I think you probably still have a loose wire somewhere.
I haven't, but if it continues, please let me know.
Okay. All right. So, any other debate you guys want to have?
You don't think that was the whole plan the whole time, was to sabotage the backup station, so now that there's only one place that has all of that data?
That's a good point. Thinking like a true spy there, bro. Well, look, I think the heat is on here, right? Shit's exploding. I don't want to stay here very long, so we know our next mission is on Joyous, or Joyous, is that how? I don't know how the locals pronounce it, but we're going to need crew to get there. And I know that we've got a pilot, we got an astrogator, you know, obviously I'm the engineer, but we need some gunners, right? Maybe we should hire some people. And I bet with the whole splody space station up there, people are pretty eager to get going too. So now's the time, right? Let's do some interviews.
We got our steward droid too, so I think, if I remember correctly, all we need is gunners, 3 of them.
So while you do need to fill those positions, I would encourage you to be more open-minded about who can fill what positions.
Cross-train.
Number one, you want to cross-train. Number two, you guys brought Homer on board, and he doesn't have any space skills, but that doesn't mean you couldn't say he's going to be one of our gunners and then train him to be the gunner. or bring on another engineer and then train them to do the gunner position so that you have 2 engineers, even though you only have 1 listed, stuff like that. There's also crew positions that aren't listed on board, like you don't have an official person taking care of your quartermastering duties on a cargo ship.
We also don't have someone who's good at finding passengers so that we can have enough money to make the next jump.
We did that once and it went awful. You remember that shit?
I won't be on the guns, and we won't kill a police officer while we got a bunch of people there. But we also need enough money to fuel and fill the ship with food in order to make it to the next place.
I get you, but what did we get paid from the passengers last time? You wouldn't know. That's why we need a fucking quartermaster.
I mean, I do know it was $25,000, which is 1/4 of what we need to refuel the ship just with fuel.
Okay, good point. Okay, so we need to hire some crew. Quartermasters, some gunners, cross-training is really important, so, I wouldn't mind picking up somebody with some engineering skills.
I agree.
What about, what do we have slotted right now? Like, if we had to take off this instant, who would do what?
As we just said, we've got pilot, astrogator, and engineer. And then we have the steward droid thingy.
Your sheet for your ship is right here if you guys want to look at it. And it has the crew positions in the top right.
Oh, also there was a droid that I turned off like as soon as we got the ship because we were getting investigated by that cop guy.
We
got weapons. Yes,
And then
collectively.
And then we have Homer, who has no specific skills. You've got me, the captain, who has no specific spaceship skills. Yep. That's what we got. And we got the battle droid thing that we turned off.
It's about right for upper management, in all seriousness. So, it sounds like we need to hire some gunners, and we could even use some more droids. They're probably more expensive up front than a human, but we could also, let's get Homer on like the VR trainer, and maybe he can work on at least figuring out how to use a gun.
Why don't we just ask Homer what he wants to do?
That's a good point too.
I feel like he's earned the right to pick.
Homer was standing right there with his hand up like, yeah, I totally am down for learning to shoot the big space guns. I saw the big space guns. The big space guns are awesome. But I'll do whatever you guys need. Like, I'll mop floors for all you care. I told you from the beginning, I just went off this rock. And you guys are a good crew. Did you say something about VR? What's this VR you speak of?
Like a headset that kind of, it would teach you things. Maybe it's an idea maybe I had in a fever dream, but it's a good thing you said the mop, because you will be mopping.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever you need, boss. Boss. And he like looks between Holmes and and Taylor like, bosses. I guess everybody's my boss. I'll go mop now.
You're gonna make the steward droid mad.
Oh,
the steward droid is like a Roomba. I'd imagine that it can get a lot, but not everything.
No, you are 100% wrong. This whole place is spotless. First off, let's have a look at what the steward droid is, because we had this conversation in live. I listened to the last one, and this is the third time it's been explained to Ghost. This is what the steward droid looks like. The steward droid is basically fully autonomous and capable of cleaning, cooking, and doing everything on the ship. Like, it is the all-in-one solution. The only way you can get better than this is you can buy a little Roomba-esque device, but it's a space Roomba, basically, so it sterilizes everything constantly. Or or you can get nanite treatments. Like, that's the only way you can get better than this. This thing is not unadvanced. It speaks to people. It does social skills. It does the job. It's worth a lot of money. It's built to do it. It's not a toy. And these are the two. This is one of the two really important items that you guys glossed over in the very beginning and never came back to. So since this is our, like, I listened to the rest of the team members correct Ghost last time, and I want to really appreciate that all of you jumped in and did it. But then he just said it again, so we're obviously not getting through here. These are very advanced pieces of equipment. It is not a good idea to pretend like, oh, well, they're not going to be able to adequately do a job.
Okay, understood.
He has ranks in medicine. He's real smart.
I just have an aversion to robotics and cyborgs now, you know, with what we've seen.
Let's see, that kind of trauma plays in a sense. Also, Kizik, cardinal sin, I'll tell you for all droids, don't go look at the stat sheet. That stat sheet is only valid if you buy that specific one that you purchased. It doesn't mean that everything came with it. You will make yourself really sad because you're going to assume it has a skill that you don't have. And then it's not going to have it, and you're going to die on a medical bed because it's going to be like, I can cut you into a cutlass. Or it's going to have a skill that you think that nobody has, and you're not going to ask. And it's going to be like, but I could have disarmed that bomb. Because all of those programs are just software. You can just change it.
Does bring up a good point that maybe we should hire somebody with some medical background.
I feel like I'm doing pretty good at that.
My medical skills don't cut it.
Yeah, we've saved you so many times.
Okay. Don't get upset.
I mean, plus you've got that oh man, what's his name?
The worm thing.
Curious worm.
Yeah.
Oh, since we are on the planet for a little bit longer, the two of you that don't have one do have the option to go get implanted if you want.
You
No
guys
thanks.
want your own Gary, right?
Ooh, implants.
It's a worm you eat.
Nope, not happening.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I want a worm. Yeah, implant sounds good. Worm, no, that's different sounding thing.
If it's any consolation, I do have a description of it that is designed to make you squirm, and you don't have to chew it.
Chewing
Still,
it's kind of
not
against
Oh,
happening.
I've got to hear the description. What is this? Yeah, tell us about it.
Are you getting it done?
Boaz,
Well, I don't know. It just you were going to make me squirm. I wanted to hear the squirmy. You know.
Well, I want
worm.
yeah, I want you to get the worm so I can do the descriptions. That's what you're going to do?
We're just gonna look
No.
at you both glossy-eyed. Eat the worm.
Join the cult.
One of us.
One of us.
No, that's okay. I'm going to pass on the worm.
Aw, damn it.
We freaked him out. Sorry.
It was that monotone chanting is what did it for me.
At least we're not holding hands in a hallway.
I thought you guys did that before you got your worms.
So we're gonna do we're gonna hire and fire, huh? Or just really hire?
Yeah, it's up to you guys. I wanted you to understand all your options, and I made a bunch of notes, and then I decided that I was just going to gloss over all of it and say these are the decisions you made, and thrust you right into the action of the next episode, basically, where it was going to be like a black screen that said a few weeks later. But then I changed my mind again, so now I've got all these notes that I'm cramming back into the story. It's fantastic being a GM.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm totally prepared for this, guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean, you guys can totally go through the available people. There were actually more than this, and if you decide you don't like any of these people, we can potentially talk about that. But it would make my life much easier if you selected from the droids/humans you have available. Also, you don't have to just have the number on the crew manifest. You can have more than that. This ship can comfortably seat more people than you need for the crew by a significant margin. You have 19 standard staterooms on this ship.
Excellent. Okay. Well, yeah, I think we should head out to do some head hunting and maybe pick up some blink cat chow and galactic glue and shit like that.
We also should stop by the mercenary little place over there. And, like, I know I need to get more bullets because my shotgun uses a lot of bullets.
Oh yeah,
Shopping
someone. Shopping trip's good. Someone picked up a rare gun last time. I don't know who got it. One of you picked up a rare gun.
Yeah, I need some gauze bullets. I don't know what those look like.
Yeah, I got a rare gun. I just don't know what it uses. What powers the friggin' thing?
Oh, yours? Space magic.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, then I can't buy space magic. Maybe I can. I don't know. But
It takes standard energy weapon magazines, but it has 100 rounds per battery, so you were nowhere near running it out.
okay, gotcha. Do I need to buy like an extra battery or something?
So there's like an out of ammo effect on it, I thought. Oh, maybe I didn't put that in there. So
I don't see.
yeah, I wouldn't worry about it for the time being. I think it's far more likely to blow up before you run it out of power.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, it's got the very dangerous trait. So if you roll, is a 4? I thought it was a 6, but if you roll a 4, it explodes.
Dangerous is a 6. 4 is very dangerous.
Yeah. So you have 100 shots with it. That's 100 rolls. Statistically, I don't know that you're going to get to reload it.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I won't worry about it then. Cool.
Let's go hire people. Just so we're on the same page, I'm not very good at talking.
But you are the captain.
Come on, Captain.
Who is the legal person who can hire these people?
That doesn't mean that they have to know that I'm the captain while we're interviewing.
Actually, I think that would be a mistake, but you do it however you want.
Yeah, you need to set dominance, man.
That's why I have a shotgun.
My chain of command is called a chain gun.
Right?
I named it Reason because everyone listens to Reason.
It's the chain
Anyway.
I beat you with until you know who's in Rutten command here.
I'd say we all get the reference, but I'm not sure that Kizik has actually seen Firefly.
Kazak.
I think
You need
is
to watch
that
that
even
for school.
Is that even possible? My gosh.
That's right. One of us hasn't listened to Michael Jackson's Billie Jean.
Someone sent it to me on Discord.
I did. I had to. It was bugging me. All right, but yes, I'm going to follow the captain to the... he thinks the bar is the best place to hire some people, so I guess we're going to go there first.
I mean, it's worked that way since early Earth days. The bar is the best place to get people to go serve on ships.
So
That's true.
as you guys come in, you've been in this bar before. It looks pretty much the same clientele as usual. You do recognize a single face in the crowd. Raymond here. You saved Raymond's life. And then you gave him a shuttle. And he flew off into the sunset. And then when you put out a ping saying you were looking for crew, he immediately responded with, I pilot, I fly. And you guys arranged to meet here. And he said, hey, there other people might be there that are interested too. So you kind of had like an open door thing where you said, I'm going to be at the bar during this time frame. And if anyone's interested, be there. So as you look through the crowd, you're going to see these other faces too. So there's all the normal patrons. There are pilots and mechanics and every other sort here. There's a new barmaid going back and forth that is blatantly the sister of the bartender. And she's a relatively new face.
GG.
Yes. And she is going to very quickly introduce herself as you guys come in and get you guys all set up. She's going to ask you if you want a table to conduct your business in, and assuming that you say yes, she's actually going to put you in the corner so that you can have like a semi-private area. As you walk through, you're going to see a blop. You guys would know a blop. I have their character or their species sheet over here. They are a common alien species that you would have encountered throughout the Traveler universe. This one has all sorts of mechanical implements, which is unusual for a blop. And is obviously suited up in what is not just a suit for her species to allow her to stay moist, but also seems to have fittings to plug into a vac suit. So this is some sort of either belter or salvager type. And then flamboyantly in the corner and hard to miss, sitting with several young female patrons, is a drunken looking pirate. And he is dressed like that.
That is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to talk to that guy, definitely.
The only thing that would put you off about, because he seems very very happy and very jovial and very congenial, and everyone's having a good time, and he's not like the evil pirate kind, at least as far as you can tell. But Gigi doesn't seem to enjoy waiting on him very much. She only comes over if summoned. But that could just be because of his rather flirtatious nature whenever she's around. You're not sure about that.
How does he summon her, though? Is he, like, snapping his fingers? Or
No.
does he do, like, a polite wave?
He's loud and boisterous, but he's not impolite.
Okay.
I'm not going to say he's cordial or like formal, because he's absolutely not formal, but he's also not like intentionally offensive.
You said Wop?
Wop.
Is she sitting alone?
No, she's with a group of people. Actually, you know what? She's probably at this point talking to Doubloon. They're not like together or anything. Like she's walked over there to talk to him about business, but she's milling around the room, looking for someone. And when you come in, you notice she's like eyed up your group and might come over there and talk to you guys.
All right. I'm going to post up next to the Captain. Captain, you want a drink?
Absolutely.
Luca and Raymond come over with handfuls of beers and a bunch of bar nuts.
Oh, nice. Luca, thinking ahead.
Oh, you guys brought the Homer? I thought you were going to leave him plugged into the VR trainer.
Oh, yeah, shit.
I mean, you can if you want to. It's not a bad thing. You had said otherwise.
No, you're right.
I think there's advantages to bringing Homer where no, never mind. Thinking backwards, never mind. Go plug him back into the VR.
Plug him into the Matrix.
Yep.
You guys remember Raymond, right? He's the guy we gave a ship to. He's been telling me stories of how he flies the shuttle. He'd be a pretty good pilot.
He's like, hey guys, so that shuttle, it was fantastic for a little bit, and then the rebels wanted it back, and I decided that I'd like to live, so I offloaded it, and I took some piloting work going back and forth between Colchis and Sulky 2 here. And then, I was doing work for a ship that was docked with the station up there when the thing happened. So, turns out I need work.
Wow, so the shuttle got exploded and then... Damn.
Actually, I sold the shuttle because the rebels were looking for it, and I didn't want to be with it when they found it. And then I took work with a courier, and the courier was in orbit. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they were going to hire me for the return voyage anyway. I was sort of already looking, but they're definitely not going to hire me back now.
Well, Ray, I mean, it's really good to see you again.
Yeah.
We're trying to get off planet where we might be heading to Joyeuse. Have you ever been there?
Not to the planet. I've been to the system. It's it's pretty strict there. Very, very clean space lanes. Nothing really special or particular about it that I know of, anyway.
Have you ever piloted anything like capital starship size, not just shuttles?
Oh yeah. Actually, that's my specialty. Shuttles is my backup. When you run the courier stuff, so metagame, if you fly a star ship, you're flying a 100-ton or more vessel that has a jump drive. However, system boats, which are basically the same size ship but with no jump drives, are really popular in the islands because they only kind of recently, within the past 200 years, got jump travel. So a lot of their couriers, like what he's talking about, are the size of the Perfect Stranger, but they only go back and forth between systems or planets in the same star system. And that's what he would be flying, but you need the starship skill to fly that.
Got it.
Ray, are there any additional like certifications or training that you've got or that you're planning on pursuing in the future?
He looks at you like you've just hit like a point with him. He's like, who would I get certified from out here in the sticks? I mean, I understand why you would ask that, and I'm sure in the Alliance there's probably some standardized system. In fact, I know the Alliance there's a standardized system, but out here it doesn't really exist so much.
That's true. We've got a guy on our ship right now that's trying to take some training to better his gunner skill. Sorry, he just wants to work on using the weapons on the ship. So I was just asking about future stuff because we were talking about cross training and having a good tight knit crew that can work multiple angles and help each other.
Oh,
so that's why I asked.
You mean for encounters like where you found me, and he lowers his voice down real low, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I can handle a gun. I'm a good shot.
Okay. Any other technical skills like that?
I have a little bit of basic training on sensor systems, and a few other tidbits here and there that I've stumbled across along the way. Give me a second. Right. Give me a second, guys. I actually have a stat sheet for him, and I'm having trouble finding it. Really irritating because didn't need it. It'd be right in front of me. Right, Traveler folder, season 2. Kizik is disconnected. Why, Kizik? Why would you disconnect from us? We'll miss you so much. Come back. I got him. Oh, he's okay. So this is where it's going to get prickly for a couple people. So he is a certified gunner. He is a certified pilot. He has electronics computers, and he has astrogator, and he has gun combat.
Gun slug?
Yep.
Sorry, so it was gunner, pilot, astrogator, gun slug. There was 3 others. So I missed them.
Piloting spacecraft, gunner, gun combat, electronics, astrogator. Since you're looking at his resume, his pilot spacecraft is so much like Kizik dropped. It's so much better than Luca's.
Shut your.
Like it's actually suspiciously better.
Were you in the Navy there, Ray?
No, I've just flown system boats quite a bit for lots of local different entities here in the systems, in the Kolka system specifically.
All right, but there's nothing. If we did like a background check on you, you're good because where we're flying is, like you said, kind of tight. I just want to make sure that we're not going to have any problems there.
I don't have any kind of warrants with the authorities. You'll be fine to do any background check you want.
Sweet. Okay.
Me neither.
Do you know anybody else around that we might be able to interview today? Because we might be kind of quick getting out of here.
Raymond leans forward and he's like, so you see the big pirate guy in the corner. He's like really hard to ignore, right?
Yes.
So, have you ever heard of the Alpha?
Where have I heard that name before? Well, we were...
He's a big time pirate lord here in the islands, and he is sort of the patron saint of the independent operator. There are other entities, other pirate lords around here, and some of them took offense to the Alpha's way of being, notably this really bad guy called the Vulture. The Alpha and the Vulture went to war. The guy over in the corner used to be an independent operator who flew the flag of the Alpha. His crew decided to go work for the Vulture. He got marooned. So he's probably got a lot of skills. I know he's been working as a broker out of the starport because I took a couple of loads of cargo for him. But while he comes with a lot of skills, my word of warning would be he is a pirate. And he just gives you a nod and grabs his beer and slides his chair out.
Oh, not to mention, you're the pilot, and then my brother's the pilot. We don't need a pirate pilot.
I never said that he was a pilot. That is not
Oh,
what
I thought
said.
you said...
He's
I thought you said the balloon was the...
pirate.
I thought you said he was the ex-pilot of the Alpha that's been marooned by his ship.
No, sorry. How am I not? This is my delivery. The balloon was the captain of one of the Alpha ships.
Oh, okay, captain.
And not even the Alpha ships. He is, because the Alpha is the one that if you're an independent pirate with no loyalties to anyone, you fly under the Alpha's flag, and the Alpha takes care of you. The Alpha didn't have a proper fleet of his own. Remember, your trucker buddy in the prequel kind of explained how piracy worked in the system to you guys, and I know that was a really long time ago, but basically there are space truckers that's occasionally like, I'm going to be a pirate for a day, and then pretend like I wasn't. And the Alpha helps them unload all their cargo and stuff.
Okay.
So this guy was one of them, and his crew decided to join the Vulture, which was the guy who was like planning assassinations of certain player characters' families.
He was behind the diamond jewel heist thing too, right?
Everyone was involved with that. That was a really deep storyline we've never fully explained. That was like the Clue movie.
Right.
So, anyway, he just wanted to warn you that guy is a pirate. Not that you look at him and you're like, duh, he's a pirate. But he's just trying to make you aware that, like, if you leave him alone on board the ship and you leave.
Right. Ray is good, honest man. I kind of want to talk to the Bop. What do you think, Captain?
I'm down with Ray. I don't know that having a pirate. I don't want our ship taken away. I don't know that I can trust a guy that's openly a pirate.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bad influence on Luca, to be honest.
And we're trying to not be loud and boisterous. Like our goal is still sneak into places, sneak out of places.
We do have an underlying mission, yes.
But the WAP, yes. I'm all for talking to more people.
So, Annika's gonna swing by your table and be like, "Does anyone need a top off of their drinks or anything?"
Top off? Yes, please.
And when do I get to interview?
Right now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, you want to do right now? The captain said right now. So,
right now.
All right. So first off, I need to know where you guys are sitting. So it looks like Holmes is actually sitting all the way in the corner, and the Boaz brothers are like flanking him like guards. That's kind of how it looks to me.
That's how I saw it too.
Yeah, looks like about right.
Okay. So she's going to reach out and touch Holmes's hand. And her eyes are going to glow faintly purple. And Holmes, you are going to start having a conversation with her. She's in your mind, she has just sat down at the table and is talking to you.
Sweet.
What do the rest of us see?
It's happening so quickly that the entirety of this conversation is going to happen in the blink of an eye.
And now I have to talk.
Yeah, and you're going to immediately, like when you touch her mind, she's going to let you in somewhat. So you instantly know she's an incredibly powerful scion. She's lived a very difficult life, although she's blocking the exact memories of her trauma from you, although you can tell, like, even with her walls up, the pain of what she's been through is seeping through. And she's like, I can do a lot of things that may not necessarily fit on a sheet, but I can help you out a lot. And I can already tell through your mind that you don't want to hire the one person in this room that would keep me from joining you. So just keep in mind what I can do. And know that if you're loyal to me, I will be loyal unto you. And payment is negotiable. And then you blink your eye, and she's like, what do you want to drink, hon? And the rest of you just saw a blink, like flash of almost purple sparks, and then her eyes glowed, and then they stopped. All of that conversation happened with Holmes literally in a split second.
So we're hiring for the ship. If
Yeah, you ready to... This is the captain.
yeah, this is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he understands my qualifications. I can help you out with anything that you need. Let me go ahead and get you guys your beverages, and you can talk it over. And she gives Holmes a little wink, just letting you know it's okay to tell them what just happened if you deem it necessary or want to do so, but you do not have to reveal to them that she's psionic if you don't want to.
So what the heck was up with that, Holmes?
It would appear very weird to the rest of you. Like, she basically just came in and touched Holmes's hands like he knows me, and then walks off, and now Holmes has to decide what to do with all of this information.
Yeah, you like know her from somewhere? I'm like, dang, okay.
I think she's will be a valuable asset to the crew. I think she's got skills.
Yeah, obviously she like winked at you and touched your hands. I don't know kind of what skills she's got.
So you saw the glow. Is there anybody around us other than the current four of us?
Yep, it's just you guys at the table right now. I'm assuming that if Aiden has come in on this conversation, he's slipped in the chair the interviewee normally sits in.
I tried to. I was off the corner, but I couldn't, for some reason, sit on a chair. For some reason, I was having.
You don't need to worry about moving the tokens in this tight space. You just need to narratively say when you do it.
Copy that. Yeah. So I was in the area.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a scion, and from what I could tell in the brief discussion that we had, that I had with her, I think we can trust her, and I think she'll be useful to us. I don't know. There's a lot more, but she's absolutely a scion. Hence the purple glowy eyes thing, and the fact that no one else heard the conversation that I had.
So she let you into her mind enough that you would be able to get a glance at her. Where you at? Here's Ronan. You'd be able to get a glance at her character sheet, basically. Like, her interview was, I'm going to open my mind to you and you can see what I can do. So here's her character sheet. So you can talk to her other skills, which are not numerous.
Yeah, she's not like the most amazing for like a spaceship, but she's pretty good at like she's got assets, obviously her physical assets, and she could fight with a blade.
Here are her telekinetic or her psionic abilities.
I'm all about the physical assets. Bring her aboard.
Yeah, I hear you there. Definitely. I was thinking we walked in here. I'm like, you definitely could, need a barmaid at least in the ship. I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, that steward's rate is so screwed.
Yeah, he's losing his job. That's all I gotta say.
I think there's, again, I think there's a lot to learn about her. But I think but it reminded me, like, she seems really trustworthy. She can drive, and she's, a lot better with social stuff than any of us are.
Mergers
Uh,
and acquisitions.
Well, Cap, if you feel she's trustworthy, and that's kind of a concern, I think, just because based on the kind of work we do. But if you feel she's trustworthy, Cap, I'll follow you.
Yeah, I think she can give us some more than she can be more useful than just a stewardess on a spaceship.
Well, I don't know. She seems kind of desperate to get out of here, right?
Wouldn't
She
you be?
does.
Multiple nuclear explosions have happened on this planet for the first time ever in its
Mhm.
existence.
Well, look at her current job too. She's a barmaid, for Pete's sake. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to be doing that job for the rest of my life either.
For her sister. Her sister owns a bar.
I bet she makes good money. This place is popping. But I wasn't part of the conversation. So,
So Taylor and Luca see the girl like touch his hand, and then the first thing Holmes says is, "I think she's hired." And we're like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
right. She's got great physical assets. She's hired.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
He did say that.
on purpose to
Yes,
start this
okay.
conversation.
Well, this is great. So we've got Raymond and now Annika. We're not going to even discuss doubloon, I think. And then we need to talk to the Bwap.
Concur.
Okay. So you guys he's been milling around, like he's obviously looking for a hole to get in there, but Aiden sat in the interviewee seat. So he's she, the Bwap is a she. Not that you guys would easily be able to tell the difference, because while you understand their species, they all look the same to you. They're the gecko, they're the Geico gecko and like a schmuck that keeps them moist.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So
Well, I'm happy to move out of my chair to allow an opportunity for interview.
Remy would be so happy to meet a Bwap.
when I was doing research and rolling this character, I'll be honest with you, I stopped at one point and laughed at myself, and my son was like, "What's funny?" And I was like, "I bet I just found Jeremy's next character."
Oh,
They get a
no.
minus for the strength and endurance. It's perfect.
It's all the other things that it doesn't explain, like, because you just look at those statistics, you're like, well, what good statistics? You have to really start reading to understand the upsides. Anyway, so Aiden's gonna wave in this Bwap.
Yep.
How does it talk?
So she rolls up and she's like, "Gentlemen, I hear you are interviewing for a position on your ship." It's also worth noting that while I have a really large, Bwops are about 4 feet tall. Very small.
Okay.
And she's like, "I am qualified and certified as a shipbreaker, and I have quite a bit of engineering skills. I could be a considerable asset to any starship crew." Do you guys have any questions?
I have some questions. Just the first one's for the GM. Atmospherically, the suit that she wears, does it make noises? And more specifically, does it make the noise that like a dog makes when it's licking itself? Just quiet, wet noises.
I would describe the noises it makes as squelching noises.
God, I can't stand it. Can't do it.
But with that said, one of her first questions may offset your aversion to that.
Sorry, so what was your name?
So my full name is Jack Cray, but most people just call me Junkrat because I make my living taking things apart and then selling what other people call junk, but is actually highly organized recycled spares, which are incredibly important part of the financial ecosystem in most starports. People just don't understand, and she starts going on and on and on about the economy of selling salvage parts and ship breaking, and how most ship breakers are just ripping shit out, and if you surgically detach things, like, she's going on. This is how blops are, and you know this, like, as a species, this is how they are. And at some point, you're going to have to decide when to interrupt her and ask your next question. She will at some point in her rant slide in the fact that she's like, I really enjoy just staying in my custom vac suit, like, even when I'm on board the ship, but my last captain had a problem with that. Are you guys going to be okay with that?
What kind of custom vac suit do you have?
Oh, so, I mean, I don't know how much you know about BWOP, but we have to keep our skin moist to be comfortable, so I found it easier when working in multiple environments just to build a vac suit that, A, allowed me to have the size and strength of a normal humanoid like yourselves, and B, it keeps my skin moist and provides me with a independent environment, so the rest of the ship doesn't need to be adjusted to my atmosphere.
Is it like an exoskeleton or something?
It's a standard, it's a modified version of a standard heavy vac suit.
Okay.
The last captain didn't like me using it inside the ship because, it's awkward when one of your teammates is in a vac suit and no one else is, or at least according to him, it was awkward. But we ended up parting company because, I guess if I'm interviewing for a job, I should probably do full disclosure. I do a very thorough job, and I organize everything completely, which is how you're supposed to do things, but sometimes that does make it take a little bit longer to do a salvage job.
Were you salvaging the ship you were working on?
No, we were salvaging the ship we were supposed to be salvaging. It just may have taken me a little longer than the captain wanted it to.
Okay.
Like by minutes or hours or days?
So she gets an incredibly guilty look on her face, and she's like, 4 months, 3 weeks, 24 days. Sorry, 24 hours.
Over. Okay.
Yeah.
It's still ongoing?
No, the captain moved on, and when he sold the stuff here, he told me that I was done. He put me off the ship.
Are you familiar with the Type R type of ship?
Subsidized freighter, if I'm correct. Yes, I am familiar with the subsidized freighter, Type R. Subsidized merchantman.
Yeah, do you have any experience with, like, routine maintenance and tasks on a ship that size?
Of course. I have a library on my suit that allows me to access many different maintenance diagrams.
What would you do in the event of, like, a safety or security issue on the ship? Say we get boarded.
Oh, I'm not really a combat person, but I have unfortunately had to deal with that. We were boarded a couple of times in my, not this past tour, but the one before that. We were salvaging at the edge of the Vargar extents, and we got boarded by Vargar corsairs. First time I was able to secure the rooms that the Vargar were in until the rest of the crew were able to get together and deal with them. I'm not a pacifist, but I'm just not good at fighting. I know my strengths. The second time I had to do something a little bit more direct. Hopefully we don't ever have to do that again.
Your last captain, and you said you guys didn't get along. How do you usually handle conflicts or disagreements with other crew members?
Generally, I find that just using reason is enough, but every once in a while you come across an issue that can't be resolved, in which case you just have to continue on doing your tasking as best as you can. It's not a perfect world.
Okay. Well, Jikery, I hope I'm saying that right, Junkrat. we appreciate your time. We'll let you know. We're going to confer a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. I'll be right over there.
Yeah,
I'm going to
thanks.
get another drink. And she walks off. I will say that while you were looking through her qualifications, so here's her character sheet. She has an entry-level knowledge of almost every starship system you could imagine, and a specialty in shipbreaking, which that specialty in shipbreaking can come in handy, useful ways. And I encourage you guys, as you create new characters and you put a flavor piece in like that, to work it into a profession, because I think that's one of the more useful ones we've come across. But it's also worth noting that one piece of information, you would notice that she's certified with heavy weapons, as long as they're attached to her vac suit. Also, her walker skill is her vac suit skill, because it is in essence a vehicle for her, because it is a full-size heavy human vac suit, and she's a 4-foot blob. Because it's basically a vehicle for her.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool NPC. I bet when she's in that thing, it's just like a fish tank.
Yeah, you would. It probably doesn't smell that good when it opens either, but as long as she keeps it sealed, who cares? It is gonna be. I mean, it's a heavy vac suit, and all y'all are like, it makes a lot of noise. Like when she's walking down the corridor in the middle of the night, it's gonna be clunk, 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 clunk.
Right. It's got one of the lights like inside the mask to allow her to see, but unfortunately, it makes her eye holes all glowy.
I mean, and if we're talking about, pros and cons, she's not stealthy and she's not a combat specialist. Like this is not someone you would take on a mission like what you just did.
Yep, and guys, we are spies.
I think they're like engineer wise and stay on the ship wise. She could be useful.
Very true.
Yeah, from having her on the ship doing all sorts of things on the ship, especially since some of the repairs on the ship have been done by us using less than new parts. So having somebody who's proficient with metallurgy and taking ships apart. The part that worries me is I don't know that I've got a good feeling about how okay she is with our line of work, or as thorough as she is. We have secret rooms on our ship. We have secret guns on our ship.
And she mentioned she has schematics for the ship.
Yeah, she's gonna. Yeah, if she comes, then she's involved in everything, because she's between her and Annika, they're gonna figure it out. One's a scion, and one knows how ships work really well.
Yeah,
and is just by nature really analytical. I'm not opposed to it, but I think that's some thinking of a way to ask the question if she's okay with doing stuff and things, because I think she'd be great for even modifying the ship to do even better, make the ship better. I'm sure we can use our imaginations and figure out things. I think she'd be great for that kind of thing. But I don't think there's going to be any hiding the fact of what we actually do with her. So, so far, Raymond knows what we do. Because, Annika's going to figure it out real quick because she's a scion. And Junkrat here is going to figure it out real quick. Just off the ship itself. But I think with heavy weapons and a cool little walker suit, and can fix everything on the ship, among other things, I think she'd be a great person to have on board.
She can do better on the J drive than I can, but I'm a better mechanic than she is. I vote no on Junkrat, yes on GG, and yes on Raymond so far.
I mean, just because she's a better mechanic than you. You said yes for the pilot. Get out of here.
You don't want to bring Ray back?
I vote yes on the Junkrat, yes on the pretty girl, and no on the extra pilot, just to spite you.
What is the problem? Ray's an astrogator too, and I've look, he's all around right for this crew. And if we're gonna be honest, he's the best one we've got today because he already knows what we're doing. Is kind of on the sly. I like Annika. Full stop. And
Everybody likes Annika.
Junkrat. I don't know if we need a shipbreaker. Like that's not what we're trying to do here. We need to get. We've got a mission ultimately.
Imagine our mission. There's a spaceship that's off the starboard side, and we need to get in it, and it's hardened, and there's just no way in it. We can't just blast our way through it. So we shoot her over. She shipbreaks her way through the edge of the stupid ship, and we're inside that ship.
She just said that she's not going to fight.
She's not fighting. She's opening a ship for us to fight.
Did you hear the noises coming from that thing she was wearing?
Yeah, you just don't like the sounds.
It's true. I don't. It's like somebody masticating right next to my ear hole.
You said Oh, that's chewing. Got it. Yeah. I've never had somebody masturbate next to my ear hole.
That's completely different and sometimes pleasant. Anyway. We like Ray. Come on, say it with me.
We like Junkrat.
All right,
Aiden, what do you think?
I'm supportive of Junkrat. I'm supportive of all three, to be honest with you. None of them are affecting me at all, and I think they would be good for us. I understand the worries about them, but I think having the multiple people that can do the same type of job is being a positive thing and not a negative.
So are we going to put everything out like we're from the outside? We're here to actively spy on you and we're trying to get a thing from here to there? Or are we going to say, hey, we've got this special thing where we do some spying?
Well, we're going to have to do the point of actually bringing them in slowly, right? I wouldn't feed them with a fire hose type thing, but
So don't say anything until they discover it on their own. I mean,
well,
I think
no, that's not exactly true either. No.
Yeah, I think Annika has a past that we can eventually figure out what it is. That may lead to her motivations and whatnot. I think we just need to find out if Junkrat's willing to follow orders, even if that order is don't go to this part of the ship. And we don't have to tell her why. We just need to make sure that she's... But with her skill set, I think there's the more she knows, the more she can help us, but the more she can hurt us.
none of them are great with gunnery, which is what we were trying to find.
But they're at least trained in gunnery.
That's a good point.
I bet that pirate can gun.
I was about to say, what do you define a number-wise as good at gunnery? Because one of the other things
At least a 1.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about, remember that 0 is trained,
Right.
1 is proficient, 2 is planetary expert, okay? And you only go to 4 in most cases as far as skills go. You can go beyond that, but 4 is considered it doesn't get better than that kind of thing. So if you have a 1 in something, you are very, very good at it. You are a master level expert, basically, and you are world renowned at 2.
I'm world renowned mechanic, baby.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do we? I think I'm blind. Do we have Ray's character sheet? did I just miss that one?
You don't. I have imported it several times and I can't seem to find it, but I do have a copy of it that I can put in here. Just give me a second.
Because Ray and Junkrat are both gunners, if I remember what we said about Ray.
So I intentionally
Raise
slug. I just want to get I want to throw this out there. I intentionally have not given you guys Ray's sheet yet, because there were a couple of points I wanted to cover that you guys covered during the interview. So, that was part of the reason you hadn't seen it up to this point.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that when we talked earlier, you said that gunner was one of his skills.
That's true. It was gunner, electronics, pilot, astrogation, and a gun slug.
Yeah.
That one?
So
I think it's that one. Hold on.
So we have a gunner and a pilot, and a gunner and a mechanic, and a
Pretty lady
who is nasty with bladed weapons and stealth and carouse, and can drive things.
Wait, maybe she's a spy.
I mean, she's a giant scion with telepathy, telekinesis, awareness, teleportation. Like, all of that just sounds like good skills to have around. Like, again, I don't know if she's great on the spaceship, but I think she could be helpful doing other things, kind of like Homer.
I love how paranoid you guys have gotten. So happy. Give me a second. I am trying to get what type of file is this? Ah, that's gonna be it. I bet that's what happened. I bet I did overwrite it. Shit. All right, hold on, guys. That's what's wrong. So, I can't give it to you right this second. You're going to have to wait 2 or 3 minutes. Feel free to continue talking amongst yourselves.
Okay, so go ahead.
Just don't make any decisions during those 2 or 3 minutes that rely on you having these information.
I was gonna say that's what Annika said. Can't give it to you right now. Wait 2 or 3 minutes. Talk among yourselves.
Okay, I think.
So just to make sure I heard everybody correctly, we are Aiden's for all three, and the other ones, or everybody's on board that Annika's coming with us, and then we're 2-1 for both Raymond and Junkrat.
I just hire all three of them.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna be like that.
You're the captain.
You haven't talked to any.
Can we afford it?
I was about to say you haven't talked to any of them about prices yet. I happen to notice that you haven't even discussed amongst yourselves how you intend to pay them. Like, so there's a couple different pay models for our crew. They can be employees where they just have a salary and you have to pay them every week, no matter what. And then there is crew shares where they don't own a share of the ship, but they get a percentage of the profits, like off the top, and you have to negotiate that percentage. And then there's ship shares, which that's a legally gray area for you guys because legally you don't own the ship. But if you did own the ship, you could offer ship shares to each crew member, and then everyone's, if you're in profit, everyone's in profit. And if you're not in profit, everyone's not in profit. You haven't even talked about how you're going to pay them yet.
Captain, you gotta figure that out. You want help? I'll help you.
I would appreciate it.
I've got 10,000 credits. No, 10,050 credits.
Oh no, I think salary is a horrible way to do this because some mission things take longer than other mission things.
Let's go with like a
percentage.
90-day probationary period where we pay them 7,000 or 8,000. Something like that. We might get lucky. I think, I don't know this. This is kind of meta, but GG seems like she just needs to get GTFO or wants to GTFO. Her salary might be less than, say, the BWOP.
Potentially, but she also seems like I think all three of them are in a situation where they want to get out of here.
True.
Yeah, maybe we could play the WAP with spare parts.
Do we have any spare parts?
No, not at all.
Well, let's bring Ray back first, and let's see how much he's going to cost us.
Sweet.
And then we can go from there.
Remember that he owes us his life.
Yeah.
That's true.
Keep talking. I'm having extreme technical difficulties, and screaming is about to happen.
So we acknowledge that all three of them have made it to second interview.
Yeah, second round of interviews. We're going to have them ask them to produce something. We also should know about their families,
Didn't you hit on Anakin's sister?
Probably.
That was when I had too many nuts. I say with a handful of nuts.
This place does have good nuts.
So can Annika broker things?
What do you mean, broker for? Oh, getting us people to ride with us and stuff. She could carouse.
Sorry, guys.
But,
I got to hit buttons. I'm sorry.
You're good.
She can carouse, but I think I'm still the only one with a broker as a skill.
Can any of them admin? In case we
by
into legal problems.
By nature, WAPs are right on the little thing. Very logical way of thinking and make for excellent administrators. So we should ask. Yeah. Permanent boon on all admin and science checks.
All right.
Damn.
I finally got the damn thing working. Oh, I put it on the wrong side of the street. Here you go. That was such an incredible act of frustration that it was ridiculous.
He's a really good pilot.
Yeah. It's damn good. Computers too. What do we need you for?
Trying to take my job.
What do we need you for? Hey, Ray, we should hang out more.
Yeah, feel just. We had. Oh man, Homer stabbed me with a knife. You just stabbed me with another. Yours cut deeper.
I'm sorry. I was just joking. I should remember you're so damn sensitive, especially to the teasing.
You've been doing it your whole life.
Yeah, I thought you'd know that I'm fucking with you.
No, things just happen so easy for you.
No, they don't. Get the fuck out. Look, I've been shot. Oh, and piranha.
Look,
I'm gonna. I don't remember. Actually, I've been drinking a lot since we started interviewing.
Does you guys want to interview the pirate?
I'm really not interested.
I mean, we've had enough drinks. Now bring him over.
I just wanted to ask because it sounded like you guys have made up your mind. B, I wanted to let you know, since I am now letting you have a look at these guys' actual stat blocks. He's the only one I haven't made a stat block for, but I do know his stats.
What about him being an independent operator? We call on him when we need him to do certain things and only certain things.
And how is that going to work when you're on another planet?
Yeah, I don't know.
And he doesn't have a ship.
Yeah,
He's
no
only-
one's.
Even if
2
he, even
weeks
if he,
away.
even if he had a ship, I mean, think about jump times. This is not like instantaneous, boomies there. Like it takes weeks to travel between planets on the
Unless-
fast ships.
All right,
Unless
okay,
you
okay,
use
we'll
space
track it.
magic.
Well, hey, I got a gun that uses that already, so I know it exists.
What about
Space
this
magic.
this person here? Is she gonna interview?
If you want to look around for other NPCs, I can provide you with other NPCs, but I'll tell you that you've now been introduced to all the named NPCs.
Oh, I want this receptionist.
She's great with admin and broker already.
Admin and advocate, actually, for that position.
Ooh, there you go.
You have to be a lawyer in order to work the front desk at the Merc Pit.
Damn. I bet this one's a pilot. Rachel. Wait, I know her.
You do know her. She is a pilot. Anita and Rachel are people that you have met.
Yep. I took a ride on their spaceship.
Sure did.
Sure did. I'm drunk enough to call the balloon over. Hey man, you looking for a job?
Pirate!
Hey, I was wondering if you guys were ever gonna ask me over. I'm not gonna put him over there. I'm just gonna say he sits down at the table. He straddles the chair. He has a whole bottle in his hand, very piratey. I was wondering if you were gonna have any interest in my skills. I know that everyone's probably told you what a terrible and horrible pirate I am. But it's only half true.
Which half?
I'm actually a very good pirate.
See, he says he's a good guy, guys. We can
He
trust
said
him.
he's a good pirate.
A good pirate.
Yeah,
I'm a good drinker.
I'm a good guy to have around if you've got things that you need done that are of the right persuasion. I'll be honest with you, I'm not that technical, but I can help you turn a profit, and that's a service that most people can't provide. I happen to know all the ins and outs on most of the major systems here in the Rifts. I know the back doors in and out of every system. In my spare time, since I have quite a bit of that now, I went and got certified as an actual doctor, so you can call me Mr. Dr. Pirate if you want. Actually, I kind of like the sound of that.
Mr. Dr. Pirate.
Dr. Doubloon. Sounds pretty good. We might go with that. Yeah. I've done a few things, and as far as payment goes, all I'd ask is that you set aside 10% of your cargo space for me to work out of. I get to move whatever cargo I want in and out of it. No questions asked, and you don't owe me a credit on top of it.
Yeah, that's a problem. Most of our cargo space is also fuel tank.
I'm sure we can work out some sort of negotiation for that. Obviously, there will be times when you'll need that space.
Well, Dr. Doubloon, it was nice to meet you. We appreciate it. We'll consider you.
All right. Sounds good. And he gets up from the table. Who's here on the left? Luca. Recon check. You need to beat a 10.
You
I
just
rolled
stole
a
my
10.
wallet.
I got a 0 in recon and I got a 2 in intellect. It's a 12.
It's a 12. All right. So he doesn't try to steal your wallet, but he was covering you guys with a pistol under the table.
Not very friendly.
You guys ever go to interviews with pistols aimed at your potential employees?
That's employees? No, I didn't. I wasn't gonna shoot him.
He's gonna shoot you. Employ yours.
Right in the balls.
Yeah, I don't think we can afford to have random cargo that we're not aware of what we're.
Yeah, it's all around bad. We can't bring Gigi with us if we bring him. So it's a no-go.
But
Yeah, I agree.
like
You'll go.
spy wise, he knows how to get inside of systems without being seen.
Gigi can
Sure.
teleport.
And spy-wise, if we tell him what we're doing, he'll blackmail the fuck out of us.
Fact.
Agreed.
Plus, he's a doctor.
He knows how to use Neosporin correctly.
Well, I was thinking his worst character trait was the fact that he was a doctor. That was just terrible.
Dr. Doubloon would be really cool to see on a bill, though, you know?
I got 10 Dr. Doubloons.
Alright, who you want to talk to next about second rounds of interviews and payment and stuff?
Let's start with Ray.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ooh. So Ray has been sitting with this group over here. He has gotten his way into their good graces and has been working heavily on their bottle of bourbon. You guys wave him over, and he's like, "Yeah." He comes on back over. He is just as toasty as you guys are now, gentlemen.
Hey, Ray.
Ah, man. I really hope you're calling me over here telling me I got the job.
We got to talk about pay scales and stuff like that. What are you expecting to get?
I mean, it's varied so much from job to job, and you guys have been so good to me. I gotta tell you, it just depends on whether or not you're working on crew shares or whether or not you're working on salary. And if you're working on crew shares, I mean, you guys got a huge freighter, but what do you move?
A lot of it's fuel tank, to be honest, so we can jump further.
Ah, yeah, it makes sense.
We took on some passengers before, and it didn't work out too great. But we might be doing that again. I stare over at Luca, like eyes squinted.
Well, you know, I've worked for some passenger liners. They really do appreciate a smoother transition in and out of the systems, and I can do that for you. That's something I know how to do. Your transition in and out is actually much easier from jump space if you come to a full and complete stop before you jump.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you explain your approach real quick to just planning and executing logistics of long voyage?
Oh,
you know?
So snacks and entertainment. Long voyages, snacks and entertainment. Lots of like 3 times as much as you think you're going to need.
Yeah.
And lots of entertainment. Like a ship's library is awesome until you've been through just about all of it, and then it becomes a really big problem.
Do you bring anything with you in that regard?
I've got a few data collections and ships and stuff like that I bring just for my own stuff, but I actually don't have a ton of baggage. I've got like a single duffel bag and a couple changes of clothes. I travel pretty light.
What about family, Ray? You got any family?
No, I was almost married once, but that was a long time ago. I don't have any.
Do you mind if I call you Ray, or is it Raymond?
Ray's good.
Okay, Ray.
Are you gonna cut us the we unlocked your cage and let you free discount?
I mean, yeah, especially if you guys are hard up, but I was hoping for a fair shake.
We definitely want fair.
I mean, are we talking about salary here?
Thinking about crew shares.
Crew shares, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Captain.
Crew shares, Captain Crew shares.
Okay, well, if you're going to be transporting passengers, doing cruise shares, I mean, the friends and family discount would probably put it at 3 to 5%.
It's pretty good, Captain. Oh, sorry. I need to tell him this later. Ray, thanks a lot, Ray. We appreciate you. We'll let you know in a couple minutes.
Yeah, man.
Then I'm gonna look at homes, and man, 3 to 5% is pretty good.
Still here, brother.
That's now it's worth noting that when you do a cruise share like that, it comes off the top. That means before expenses. So it is good deal, but it's you got to keep that in mind. So you made 25 grand, off those passengers last time. So before you bought fuel or anything, you'd owe him 5% of that 25 grand. And remember, you're going to do that for each of your crew members.
And
Okay.
if we're looking at hiring 3, assuming we go 3 to 5 for each one, like that can go from either 9 to 15%.
True. Keep that in mind, Captain.
It's good to be the captain, right?
Who do you want to interview next?
Let's go with Junkrat.
Okay. So Junkrat has not been as imbibing. In fact, Junkrat seems to be drinking soft drinks at this point, and comes back and is now caffeinated. And it's like, hey guys, you made a decision on whether or not I'm going to be joining your crew, because I'd really like to come help you with your ship stuff, and I can do more than just break ships. I can I can build stuff too. It's just that there's something really nice about taking a ship down to its base components, and then you get your transistors over here, and you get your resistors here, and then you get your soldering bits over here, and then
I'm gonna look at Luca and be like, roll my eyes. It's even worse when I'm drunk, Lucas. You can hear it, right? It's so bad.
That's you making it, man. It's coming
Isn't
out
that
of yours.
me?
No, but listen to how excited she is.
I know. I'm just trying to tune it out.
oh,
You got a little passion.
I also think you guys were trying to ask earlier if I had any way of defending the ship if we were boarded. I don't like doing it, but I did mention I'm not a pacifist, right? I did mention that, right? Because that second time we got boarded, I did improvise a flamethrower for my suit. It smelled like burnt dog for like 5 weeks though, and she gets like this 1,000-yard stare for a second.
Improvised flamethrower.
Did you and your previous captain have any issues with following orders?
Oh no, not at all.
How do you build?
Other than deadlines?
How do you build camaraderie and a sense of teamwork amongst crew members?
I like to build trinkets for my friends. Usually the ones that I got along with on the cruise really appreciated that. But there were some that I just never could get along with.
Yeah, it's fair. I like trinkets.
Luca stacks 2 coasters together and throws them at you like a ninja star and says, "Trinket!"
And
Do you have any
me?
family?
Yeah, we're best friends.
That's a good question. Do you have any family, Junkrat?
Oh yes. So I'm from the Alliance, as I am guessing you guys are from your mannerisms and ship. There's a planet that is on the edge of the Spenward Marches that has a Blop colony on it, and most of my family is there, but I have not been back to see them in almost a decade.
Wow. You want to get back there, or what's your long-term goal?
I may at some point wish to go back for breeding purposes, but I'm not positive that I'm ready for that step in my life, so I'm pretty good where I'm at now. There are some WAPs that we find out here in the islands, and I have found it fascinating to encounter other of my kind that have made it out this far.
Yes. What about payment? What kind of lines are you expecting?
Well, on my last vessel, I received a salary, but salary or crew shares, I'm open to either one. I expect payment equivalent to an engineer of my station.
2% is what I'm making. You good with that?
How many percent?
2.
2. It would depend on how much 2% came out to. If we're hauling a number of different items, it would almost certainly come out to more than my salary was last time. So yes, I would be adequate to that.
Right on. Good deal. Captain, you good with... You want to sign up some paperwork? We're going to get some paperwork together, Junk you're at, and we'll call you back over to sign it.
You can sign it on this ship too.
That's true, too.
Sounds good to me.
It's nice meeting you. And
Yeah.
It's going to be real fun flying with you.
Indeed. I hope you're a good pilot. I don't usually get space sick, but every once in a while, this pilot we had last time would bump into things, and it's just not fun.
Oh, the goal is to not bump into things.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
In space, there's not even a lot of stuff out there.
Well, when you're a salvage crew, that's the point, is to find that stuff. I shall help you. I shall endeavor to help you dip your toes, as it were, into the salvage industry if you have an opportunity like that come up. It can be incredibly profitable. Think about it. Parts that are just sitting in space that you paid nothing for. And she starts to go on like a rant again about pulling all these
I'm
parts.
drunk enough this time.
Oh, she is.
I'm not going to stop her.
She's like, imagine that you can then take apart all of these parts and sell them individually in lots. And then as far as any other distributor is concerned, you've just got this cargo, but you can mark everything up. And
Yeah, and iridium is like really pretty rare, right?
Oh yeah, and once you start stripping connectors for various precious metals, I mean, you can end up with bricks of gold. She just goes on.
Right, 22, right, atoms, yeah. Heavy, right. Okay.
We'll get the paperwork drawn up.
And now for Annika. I hope the rest of us are part of this interview this time.
So she comes over and she's like, "Gentlemen, can I get you additional drinks?"
Luca holds out his hand.
Yes, please.
I'm good.
So he's holding out his hand, palm up, palm down.
Like he's trying to get her to touch him.
She looks at Holmes.
Luca, you dog.
No, she did the interview thing with him. I want to see what it's like.
She's still looking at Holmes.
Nod.
Okay.
Yes.
It is very uncomfortable.
It's going to be, because that is not a solid connection. She rolled boxcars on Holmes. She rolled a 5, but her psi rating is good enough that she can do this. Let me go back and check her points, though.
Luca's mind is ripped from his skull.
Well,
He just starts screaming.
Remember, she's got to spend psi points every time she does this.
He's got a really cheesy grin on his face the whole time this is happening.
He starts drooling and bleeding from the nose.
So Luca, you are swept into an approximation of the room, but all sound is stopped and all the furniture is gone, and there's like just shadows of everyone's, like you and Annika are standing in the middle of the room, and there's just shadows of everything that's going on around you. And she says, "What is it you would like to know, Luca?" And she's, once again, lets you into the surface of her mind, so you can kind of get a feel for who she is and what she's like as a person. And she is doing the same to you, and you can feel that, only the surface thoughts. But there's like all these closed doors around you that would go into these other parts of the bar that you can tell lead to like her past life is back here, and you can hear, terrible sounds, and the door glows red a little bit, and this door is another thing, and it's basically a construct of her mind.
It's real? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me get my...
Don't struggle too hard or you'll go back.
I just try not to throw up because I've never thrown up in somebody else's mind.
She looks at you in the eyes and she's like, "You're not queasy," and you realize you're not queasy.
I'm also not drunk. Oh my goodness. Cool. Like, we're super interested. How much would you like to make?
She reads your mind on the maximum percentage number, which is like, you don't want to touch the woman's mind and ask that question. What
are you worth?
Yeah, what's your maximum number? Because that's what she's gonna say.
7.5%.
She's gonna say 7.5 will do.
I mean, I can't speak for the captain, but yeah, take us out of this, and that's what I'll say.
Okay. And she, lets go. And once again, to the rest of the table, she just barely tapped him. There was a brief flicker of her eyes going purple and a little spark of purple. And
then he blurts out 7.5.
7.5%. Exactly. She's hired.
She just sits down with a smile, although she's now looking a little tired.
That's way too much. 7.5 is way too much. We can't do that.
7.5, Luca, huh?
I think Luca was ready to pay her whatever she wanted.
It's a good deal. Like you said, she's got such good assets.
I don't know what's wrong with my brother right now, but I'm still pretty drunk.
I feel fine.
This... Sub to you, Captain.
Do you have any family? I know part of that answer already, but...
My sister that owns this bar. I have a cousin that works across the street selling street food.
And you have no problem getting up and leaving them?
It wouldn't be the first time, and they'll understand.
How do you prioritize environmentally friendly practices in a starship?
I have no opinion about environmentally friendly practices on a starship.
No, I mean like with everybody on the ship. How do you get along with everybody?
I guarantee there will be no interpersonal issues on the ship.
Aiden wants to know what's your favorite kind of pizza.
She closes her eyes halfway for a second. She's like, space, ham, and pineapple.
Oh man, she's hired. Give her the 7.5%. Make it 8. This is awesome. As long as she realizes that the majority, we're not going to fight over this pizza. I mean, we're not going to argue over it.
What about you, Taylor? We've got 7.5. We've got 8. What do you think we should give her?
Fucking 3, man. Yeah. This is too expensive.
Are we doing a probationary period with our new folks?
That brings up a good point too, man. Can't offer them insurance and pensions and stuff.
That's not what probationary period means.
No. But he's drunk, so.
He's trying real hard. He's had 6 or 7 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's like, I could go as low as 6.
How about 5? And bonuses upon times for bonuses.
She's like,
Christmas.
she's like, you want bonuses? And she gives you a very provocative smile and then says, 5 and bonuses is fine.
Good God.
Sweet, 5 and bonuses it is.
Oh dear.
Did you say bonuses or benefits?
Bonuses.
5 with benefits.
Hey, Cap, you got to wipe a little bit of that drool off the side of your cheek there. You're drooling a little.
Why you don't let me talk? All right, well, get all the paperwork drawn up then.
I'll just like whistle and say, "All right, guys, let's go. If you're on my crew, it'll be real cool. We can exit." But then we gotta stop by the gun shop on the way home.
You guys are trashed too.
I'm especially.
Well, it's not just you guys. Like Raymond is also. He's been drinking this whole time. Gigi is not because she's been working, but she's gonna have to leave work if you guys do that. But she'll totally do that because she's working for you guys now. The only one who's been sobering up has been Junkrat, and that's just because she's a wop and she's 4 feet. And realized that she should probably not consume the same amount of alcohol as the people who are, 2 times her mass.
Let's buy some guns.
You think it would have been a perfect time to negotiate some lower rates, based off of that.
Yeah, for all 3 of the new people, you guys meet us at the ship tomorrow.
Sounds good. And Annika heads back over to the bar and says something to her sister. As you guys are filing out, the bartender is going to come over to. So I think Taylor was actually in charge last time you were in here.
Yeah.
She's going to grab him by the arm and she's just going to say, "Just take care of her."
And I'm 6.5 drinks in. Sure. Will do.
Hey, kiss her.
Kiss her. I'm not. I'm gonna walk outside.
I just step out for a second. I'll be right back.
Yep. Oh, you mean in real life?
I'm gonna stand under this street light.
Yeah. You guys gonna
and hold on. Hold
Okay.
on to the street light.
Let me just go ahead and roll some things. You guys are now drunk in the street where all the fun happens. Nope. Okay, nothing happens.
Luca grabs his kidney and looks around.
There is the amazing smell from the street food vendor, and you guys have been drinking, and they've had nothing but THC peanuts.
We gotta go over and get some food.
That's where you get stabbed. Stay away. Nope, this is the stabbing zone.
You didn't get stabbed at getting food. You got stabbed because you walked behind it.
I had to pee because of the food. Nope, food equals stabbing.
That's because of the drinks.
Food equals stabbing.
This is deja vu. Let's go get food.
All right, you go get food. I'll hold on to that light for you. No, I'm gonna stay close.
Come on.
Everybody get a snacko. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Everybody pick your favorite food out and talk about it.
If they don't have pizza here, then hey,
Oh, they've got it.
they got pizza. Oh gosh.
The food
This
is so
episode of Travelers brought to you by Bon Me Bowl. I think there's rice in it, maybe.
That rice looks an awfully lot like carrots.
It does. You can't trick me. I know what carrots are.
That shit looks like. Yeah, it's scary.
You're doing that dog thing where your tongue keeps going to the top of your mouth. And then another carrot shows up.
So I did a Chat GPT ask of quick ads if we were gonna do an ad break. And one of them was a streaming sleep mask. Just a mask that you put on. And it goes, say goodbye to counting sheep and hello to the streaming sleep mask. This high-tech mask projects your favorite TV shows and movies onto the back of your eyelids. Drift off to dreamland with the comfort of your favorite characters guiding your way. Sweet dreams are just a binge watch away.
That's so terrifying.
I know, right?
Sounds so cool.
Don't worry about the needles going into the back of your eyelids. They are to help you see more.
Yeah.
That sounds
That
terrifying.
was
I don't know
off
what
class.
I don't know what I just walked into, but that sounds pretty awful.
So we're talking about snacks and other things.
Huh.
We're gonna eat. I'm gonna eat drunkenly.
Yeah, well, you guys are stumbling down the street, right?
Going to the gun shop.
You guys have a license to go to the Merc Pit, so you're not going to run into any issues there.
I got a fork and nope, and a bowl. Stumbling behind Luca. Why did you tell the pretty girl she could come out with us tonight? You said she'd meet us at the ship tomorrow. It's a bad plan, man. It's bad. How am I gonna be your wingman?
I told her she could come right now. We're going to whistle and everybody's going to leave.
I'm talking to the captain.
Did he come back?
Is he here?
I think he's AFK.
Oh shit. Luca, quick, get his credit card. Go to the gun shop.
And we sprint away.
Speaking of,
Oh shit, they're following us.
So we just come in huffing and puffing, thinking that we're slick, and then they walk in right after us. Hey,
We get buy some guns. No, it's not in here yet. Hi, pretty receptionist lady.
hello. We're here for guns.
okay, head right in. You guys have Merc licenses.
Thank you.
And you guys can, look through and do some shopping. If there's anything that isn't there that you guys need, let me know.
Bazooka.
There is a bazooka available if you need one. What type do you need? You need, like, small and portable or heavy and cumbersome?
Small and portable.
Okay. I got 2 of the licenses I intended to make in there. I already found one. Oh, you wanted a bazooka.
Damn.
I forgot. I was going to get you a bazooka. Let's see, I think it's in this old pile. So you say bazooka, and the guy immediately puts one of these on the counter. You mean like this? I mean, it's not really a bazooka, but it's a hell of a lot more portable.
That's that's probably a lot. Oh, sorry, I'm drunk. That's exactly what I'm looking for right there. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
400 credit. Oh, I got Captain's credit card. I want this sword too.
I want this rope to cut people's heads off, and I want the ability to. Oh wait, this says fabricator license. That means if we have a fabricator, we can put the parts in and build guns.
That's what it means. A fabricator will build the stuff out of raw materials, and you can build them, with advanced stuff if you can, get stuff for it. The license just basically puts the blueprint in the fabricator. Think of it like that. There's also some
This is expensive.
some legal stuff. Some of it is. Some of it's not that expensive. Depends
Am I
on.
supposed to be able to drag and drop stuff out of here, or no?
So you can, as long as someone else is in there. Kizik was in there, and now he's exited.
Gotcha.
So
Copy.
when you're in a bag, if you see multiple little eyeglass things on it, then other people are in there.
All right. Thanks.
What you should do is do what everyone else is doing and pile your wants up here and talk about them as a group.
Oh wait, Charles. Look what I got. And I show him my Gauss pistol, and I said, "Do you have bullets for this?"
That is a nice Gauss pistol. Actually, we've got a few of this old model in the back. And he turns it over in his hands. He's like, "This is a standard Alliance design, so it's not like the new GA hundreds I've got in stock. But I think I do have some rounds that'll work for this. How many do you need?"
A bunch. At least 3.
I'm assuming you mean 3 magazines.
Yeah, enough to put it in and pew 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 it.
Where is it? There it is.
I
Okay.
thought you weren't drunk anymore.
Oh, maybe, but I like it.
So he's gonna have absolutely 3. You can buy 3 magazines for that, no problem, at cost. Ronan, I see your hand moving. You're back.
Yep.
Awesome. I believe Ghost had
Did I miss
questions.
the-
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They tried to steal your credit card.
You can pay for this, Captain?
What am I paying for?
The new guns, maybe.
He wanted a bazooka, and I want the ability to make more guns. They got a license. We can make this GA 100 slug rifle. All we need to do is put raw parts into a fabricator, and then we can make our own guns. We can become gun runners. Like, that's profit.
And how much does this thing cost?
Just so you
A
know,
whole lot.
the GA 100 is a Gauss rifle. Just so you know. I know it says slug thrower rifle because they all are. That's a Gauss weapon.
The Gauss weapons are energy weapons, right?
No, they're slug weapons because they shoot
they
they shoot a slug.
Okay. That's what I say. You're making. Okay.
But he called it a slug rifle, and I was like, technically yes, but you need to, like, when you say slug rifle like that, I think bullets, not magnetic acceleration to supersonic speeds.
Gotcha. Yeah, I might definitely want one of those.
Does the license allow us to build ammo for it too, or just
Yep. Ammo, and if you can put the right things together, attachments.
What's this other license over here for?
Armor. If there are any very generic items in the standard guns, gear, and stuff, and armor that you want licenses for, you can probably get those as well. I put the 2 really high dollar items in there to give you guys an idea that it could happen.
That's 16 protection is no joke.
Yes, it's also worth noting that armor like that is the kind of armor that you can't just walk into a bar wearing that armor. That is the armor you put on. Like when you guys were going to raid the facility, you would put that on separate. Like you'd put that in a duffel bag, and then you'd go to your heist, and then you'd put your armor on. You know what I'm saying?
That's your battle rattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Same thing with that Gauss rifle. You would not walk down the street with that thing. You would put that in a duffel bag, and then it was time when it was go time. You'd put that armor and that gun on, and then you'd be a whole new person.
Yeah, that's all. Do we even have that kind of money?
That's what we're asking you.
Yeah, Cap.
I don't think we have that kind of money at all.
I think after you guys paid for fuel, you were pretty broke.
Yeah.
Because remember, you had to pay. I can't remember. I think it was like 80 grand for fuel.
Yep.
We're drunk.
That's true. I've been letting you guys do it. Totally okay. You also, like, you know, if you get stuck on the, I want to buy a fabricator license. I'm tempted to put like a fabricator license for the flashlight in here. It would be 200 credits.
You can never not have light anymore. Oh, plus you can get a flashlight attachments.
What we need is the fabricator license for rope, because everyone needs rope.
So
There
we
you go.
walked in here, we touched everything, we're super drunk, we're annoying everybody, and then we're going to walk out with a garrote because that's the only thing we can afford.
I bought $300 worth of bullets. Of gold bullets.
Good point.
Also, I've got 10 grand if somebody wants to go halvesies on this
It's
license.
It's a merc pit. I would like to point out that they have totally seen, like you guys being in here drunk like this is not a new thing to them. It's a merc pit.
Good point.
Okay, I'm just saying there may be extra fabricator licenses being hidden because I think.
So I might go. Let me see how much I've got, because I definitely want one of those GA 100s.
I mean, we all did get paid for the last job, so like we do have money at the moment.
You guys put that on your UCI cards.
How much was that?
It's already on your cards if you added it when I told you to.
I did not.
I bet you did. I vaguely remember, not vaguely, I very specifically remember you doing it.
Oh, previous episodes? Yeah,
yes,
probably did.
it's in the
You're right.
previous episode.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. No, I definitely did then. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take one of the GA 100s.
Are you going to halvesies with me? 10,000 credits.
On what?
Somebody come up with 12,000 and we got the fabricator license.
For the GA 100s?
Yeah.
So how much do you need?
12,000.
I'm sitting at about 4,900, so no go here.
What kind of materials, like raw materials, like how much do we need per thing
I don't know.
to
but
make
we
it?
just hired a ship rat who's going to give us a bunch of more raw materials.
So it depends. Actually, that's a really good way of doing that. But the material cost of what you would have to come up with is relevant to the tech level. So if you have a tech level, like one item, it's like nothing. It's like, okay, I found a soda can and I threw it in here and it spit out a knife. You know what I'm saying? But as you get into like Gauss rifles, like the GA100, it's going to say, you know, I need more advanced materials. So the cost is going to be a higher percentage of the base cost of the weapon. But it's still only going to end up being like a maximum of 20-25%.
So just get on this investment train early and we'll make a bunch of money.
Sounds good to me. I just ain't got the cash for it.
Brother, You listen to that blop talk for 30 minutes about how to strip our ship. Just
And
give
maybe we gotta come back and buy it, man. I'm broke, dude. I don't know what happened to my money, but I don't have any.
Captain.
I think the captain got my money.
We should have told the new people they need to buy into the crew.
That's rough. That's like we're Kirby salesman in a vacuum cleaner. You buy your first 5 vacuums from the company and then you resell them.
It's a pyramid scheme. Yes.
How drunk is he right now?
Me?
Who?
All of you guys who are trying to buy this fabricator license thing.
I'm very drunk.
I'm seeing
Oh,
maybe
goody.
2 or 3 of those licenses, actually. There's only one, but I'm seeing about 2 or 3 of them.
I got my credit card handed out right next to it. I said, just like in a half. He said, please, somebody.
Aiden comes by and goes over to where Taylor's at and kind of empties his pockets, and there's some coins, nickels, dimes, and there's some lint in there. But
Oh my goodness, you reminded me. Hold on. And I take off my shoe.
oh, dude, put your shoe back on. No, dude, that's gross.
Hey, Charles, I got some diamonds.
Okay, I don't usually deal in those. You want to go get those turned into credits somewhere.
Dude, you got rocks in your shoes? Ah.
But you might be able to get that sorted out somewhere.
Luca gives him the saddest look ever. Okay, where's the pawn shop?
I'm gonna need another break, guys. I'll be right back.
Are you hungry for a snack that lasts forever? Try the Infinity Snack Pack. Packed with everlasting flavors and portions, it's the only snack that defies the laws of munchies. Perfect for movie marathons or interstellar journeys. Infinity Snack Pack. Snack like there's no tomorrow. Literally.
Wow, you're good at that.
Dude, that was awesome.
Chat GPT. Like it ended just a little bit dark.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
Snack like there's no tomorrow. Snack like there's always tomorrows.
I feel like that was worth it to throw in the money to get the license.
Oh, you
Or
think that's worth the
Sweet.
money?
I mean, instead of like spending all the money, like, do we need one of those TA 100s?
No, need is not. No. I'm drunk. I just want one.
Okay, because I have one.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I just want it. I don't actually need it at all. I have a big game rifle.
It's cool and shiny.
Yeah.
You guys
wanna-
have like flying and all of that stuff that you guys. I use guns and stuff, so I have lots of guns in my back on the ship locker.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Then invest.
I
Invest.
all I have.
I
So you're
even
in-
kept my antique rifle from back on the boat when we were doing that salvage thing on the little sailboat thingy.
Your actual pirate rifle.
Yeah, I've got my pirate rifle.
Hey, we could even take the gear that we got that we don't use anymore, that we don't like, or junk that we find, and just throw it into the fabricator and just grind it up and make parts.
It's a good point.
I don't know if it's a grinder, but we did just hire a grinder.
Well,
It's a good point.
you know what I mean. You know, the parts for more parts, right?
Lucas sees this as a for real investment. Like 22,000 credits means we can spin up as many 2,000 credit slug rifles or like Gauss rifles as we want. And like as soon as we land, we go, hey, anybody looking to buy a slug rifle?
These illegal super, like, you need licenses to have them.
Yeah. And
He's walking down a dark alley with a trench coat. Hey, you want to see something?
Just so we're aware, I walked down this place with a shotgun under a trench coat, so I have no room to talk.
That's so cliche.
if we sell 10 of them, we're back at 0.
I think that it's a good idea for like a long-term sit and stay campaign, but we are spies.
Who need to fuel our ship to jump another like 2 things.
Yeah.
We got to
Good
jump
point.
5 times to get to Joyous.
Yeah, fair enough. I do like to make money.
How much
Like you
money
said,
do we
got
have
a
total?
Junkrat.
So we're gonna go out and we're gonna find something floating out like a derelict out there, and we're gonna junk it. That's how we're gonna make the money to jump.
I mean, we can see how many. Like, we still got to get passengers and everything when we leave this place.
I don't want passengers, but that's I get it.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
I mean, I concur with your statement. I don't like people walking around my ship.
Your ship, yes.
My ship. I'm important here. I'm like the guy you put in front of me so you guys all get a good laugh.
No.
Captain's got us. Yeah, we either have to jump to New Home, then Sturgeon's Law, then Beaskins, then Joyous as a double jump for each of those. So that's 40,000 times 2, 80,000 per jump.
Well, we have 1, 2, 3. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4 to go if we just go through without
means
connecting anything?
We're not getting any cargo. That's every single one of our bays full. We can't have any bad jumps or we're just stuck in deep space. And also Joyous is an amber zone, which is different.
Things are more expensive there.
Things are like almost an active war zone there.
Ah. Can GG make us any money? Like, we know that the shipbreaker can possibly make us some, but do the others bring any other money in?
I'm interested to find out how Raymond is a 4 pilot. Like, that's not a skill you just pick
That's
up.
amazing. Best in the
Yeah.
universe.
I feel like between Annika and Raymond, I think there's some background story in there for the two of them.
Cybernetic implant. It's not man-made. I'm all natural.
Yeah, I doubt that. No one's all natural anymore.
Oh, I did forget about Gary. Keep on working, Mr. Worm.
Yeah. There's another product that ChatGPT did. Upgrade your breakfast routine with cybernetic cereal, the only cereal optimized for human-machine integration. Packed with nanobots and circuits, it's the breakfast of the future. Each bite is a bite of energy for your cyber-enhanced day. Cybernetic cereal, fueling the android in you. They're ridiculous.
Love a good chip spun.
Yeah, the bites and the bites. That's the kind of cereal the Duchess would eat.
Indeed.
All right, so do we have any other money-making schemes?
I mean, are we going to open up a traveling circus? Actually, I don't know. In the Rift, do people care about scions? I mean, that lady had some scares. She's gone through some kind of trauma.
Yep.
I don't know anything about it.
So, traveling circus, come look at the scion. Come look at the 4-foot squelching lizard.
That's a great way to get our crew on our side there.
Yeah, I think they'll hate us if we do that.
Oh, we've got a kitty cat that can teleport. We've got a doggy we found next to a well.
We do have a lot of mouths to feed, and I think one person we need and we didn't look for is somebody that could do the quartermastering stuff.
Oh, you don't think the autistic lizard can do that?
Oh, the lizard can do that.
You think so?
Yeah.
She's gonna know
like,
exactly where everything is in the entire ship.
and just from a character sheet
The
kind of thing. Like,
autistic lizard.
I think
Sorry.
we make her the admin, and then when we need help in the engineering spaces, we send her to there and keep her busy with all the admin.
The ship is going to be so wet. Like, she's going to spring a leak and just stomp around, spewing fucking liquid everywhere.
She would hate that. That liquid does not go there. It goes back in my suit. Let me fix that.
She's even trained in admin. So she's trained, and she gets a boon for every dice roll. Like, I feel like she can figure this out.
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
These crew members
Welcome
are going
back.
to do this better than we can.
Oh yeah.
They all have advantages and disadvantages. Just like the players do.
Oh no, we have disadvantages. There's not that many advantages with us.
Right. Mostly disadvantage, yeah.
All right.
I have a cardboard box. It's my advantage.
Stay.
Aiden's given me $4,000, so I only need $8,000 from Taylor and the captain.
So I'm going to call Charles over and buy the flashlight license that's
Okay.
hiding in a locker.
Did you say you
And-
needed 4K?
No, you said
And-
you gave me that 4K.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
And-
take it off. Okay, sorry.
And
Go
and
for
then
it,
I'm
Captain.
gonna sleight of hand the flashlight license into the fabricator license, so he thinks I'm buying a fabricator license for the GA100 when I'm really just buying a flashlight fabricator license.
That's to fool your crewmate.
Yes.
Okay. How many of these diamonds did you have?
I had 4.
Okay.
2 little ones and 1 pillow one.
Okay. The 3 little ones are worth 1d6,000 credits, and the pillow one will be 2d6 worth 1,000 credits.
Oh, Kizik, actually got $1,600 in gold here. 1,600 credit in gold.
1d6 each or 1d6 for the 3?
1d6 each.
Oh, it rolled a 6.
That's a good start.
Yep.
Do I have to roll it for each of them? They're each getting graded right now?
Yes. You would have not asked that question had you rolled a 1. You'd have been like, yeah, we're totally rolling them independently, right?
6 plus 3, 9. plus 3 is 12.
12.
And then 2d6 for the pillow one. A good roll.
Oh!
That's a good roll.
23.
There you go. That should help you get your stuff done. I'm going to take these. You just found a pawn shop.
I'm going to trade these things, $600 worth, for this grenade launcher.
Okay.
Sword.
That's a blank card.
Oh, can I get the sword thrown in?
If you can pay for it.
Damn. All right, hold on. I'll come up with another 300.
The grenade launcher says it's 400.
Grenade,
You had a-
grenade launcher is 400.
Oh, I'm sorry. I miscounted then.
So with those two together, you need 700. How much did you just give me? Because I already threw it in the trash.
6 worth.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Come
And here's $100.
Yeah.
Ba-bow.
Yeah, all good. You got a grenade launcher and a sword.
Yeah.
So Holmes is doing this big fancy thing, and I come running back in with $23,000 in cash.
I was about to say it's in Emerti cash because it came from their pawn store, so it's paper money.
And you like show me, hey, look, I just bought this. And I go, I got the cash for it. I'm going to buy it.
How did you get it?
I sold the diamonds in my shoe. Everybody's got some shoe diamond backups. They just cost a lot than I wanted. Charles, did you just tell him the fabricator, or can I give you this money for it?
I can sell you your fabricator for the GA 1000. He just bought a flashlight fabricator.
Captain, you can't trick us.
I'm
One.
going to snag this shotgun over here.
Oh, Aiden, you can have your 4,000 credits back.
Oh.
I got cash. And
Oh, you got cash? Oh, cool. I'll add it. Hey, sweet. I'm buying this shotgun though. I've got the 500 for that. I just gotta bring over all of it.
I love you guys.
Spending all of our money when we need fuel.
And well, you already bought your fuel, but you don't have additional, like, you haven't bought food or supplies or anything on top of that, and you're armoring up like Rambo. Like, what are you gonna do when you show up to the next planet and they're like, you can't have automatic weapons here?
It's sad. I know what you're
I have
talking
a sword.
I got a license to build a thing.
I'm drunk, and I bought a bazooka.
Mm-hmm. Without ammunition.
Yep. It's gonna go on my wall.
Where do you want this 500 credits in gold
Just drop
for
it.
the shotgun?
Drop it in the trash.
Trash? Copy.
Hmm. So, Captain Steele. How you guys
That's
gonna
me.
do provisioning for the ship?
Finding my way through the book to see if I can find anything of that.
It's also worth noting that while you're here, you may want to start thinking about the fact that you guys haven't done your maintenance costs for this. Like, it's 8,000 credits a month in maintenance. And if you're not doing maintenance, the ship is going to start suffering some pretty catastrophic issues soon.
Can I do any mechanics checks to help with that?
You can do a mechanics check to do the maintenance, but you have to spend the money. You have to you have to buy the oil to change your oil. That cost assumes that you're doing the work yourself.
Kraken. Well, then, yeah. I do have some money for that set aside.
How much do you need? I have 10,000 credits here on my card.
We're at 1 month here, right?
I have 41,000 gold stamped bars.
How much do we need for maintenance?
You have that much of it left?
Yeah,
You're sure?
Dude, that's a lot.
I'm pretty sure because I've been using. I don't have anything on my card,
Okay.
and I'm down to 12 oblong gold chits.
Okay. Well, it's just that when we refueled the ship last time, I thought we used those. But maybe not.
I don't know, to be honest.
Well, just make sure if you mark it for maintenance, make sure you take the right number of bars away. So you've been out of dock for 3 months, so just rounding it to 8. 8 times 3, like what, 24?
Yes.
Mhm.
So, and your maintenance cost also includes restocking the ship, which is one of the reasons I was asking for like food and stuff.
Can we get the 2-ply toilet paper this time, please? I'll pay extra.
Actually, if I'm being strictly, because you guys might look it up and then say I'm wrong, and you'd be right. Living costs, like the supplies, is technically a different thing that you're supposed to have to calculate. However, I think it should just be included in maintenance costs because it's already so much to juggle. So for the time being, we're just hand waving that maintenance also includes food. You need to eat. It's part of the maintenance of the ship.
You said it's 28,000?
24.
24.
Is it cheaper if I just do pizza and beer?
See, this is the whole conversation, Thodubs, where if you start saying stuff like that, then I have to go back to the rules as written and the whole thing becomes infinitely more expensive.
Copy, sorry.
Because I'm cutting you guys a huge break by letting you use the maintenance as your resupply when that's technically a separate cost.
I have 17 bars left.
Alright, so we've restocked our ammo and guns and stuff. We've restocked the ship. We fueled the ship. We've got the crew. We just need to get past the destination. We have a destination. We haven't figured out how we're getting to the destination yet.
I mean, we need to figure out where we're going next.
Do we have the map of the sheet that has the inside of the ship?
Yes, but it's a different map, so we'll have to leave Onyx Row to go to it. So I would like you to finish up your business here, move everything off the map, and then I can switch to it.
I got all the
people. I'm done here.
Everybody good? We got our extra crew members grabbed too?
Yep.
You're good.
You guys get back to the ship? It's nice to be able to get back to your ship. You've been gone for so long. There, as you roll up, the people that you've paid to resupply the ship are dropping off just pallets of like Cheetos and shit. Your
Flaming hot Cheetos.
Yep.
Still smells the same. You know, like home. You get back from a long time away from home, you get there and you're like, yeah, it's my house.
Look who sits in the pilot seat. It goes.
Go put my new stuff in my room.
You guys gonna pick a room? You haven't really done that. Customize the ship, make it your own a little bit. Also, you got to spend some time in the, planning room. Also, are you gonna take this opportunity to tell the new crew members about the special compartments?
I think they should find them on their own.
Sit them down in the galley and explain to them, hey, this is what's going on.
It's up to the captain.
Big decisions.
There are big decisions.
Oh, you still got that captain's quarters.
I just slid in here. I was hoping he wouldn't notice.
Oh, I definitely noticed. But at the same time, I was looking at the rest of them and like they're all the same.
The only thing that's different is one of the.
I'd be like, this is number one, right? That's totally the captain. That's closest to the,
No, that's where the pilot sleeps.
I'll move.
Oh, well, let me go get Raymond's token. If that's where the pilot sleeps.
Can I help you?
No, that's gross. You're my brother.
He's just gonna be like,
8 left.
That's funny, and also not funny. This is
Okay, I think everybody's sorted out.
This is going to be like a Smurfette problem, isn't it?
I think everybody's sorted out.
I love the scene that we just Scooby-Doo'd like down the hall. And we're all just switching rooms and shit.
Oh, Junkrat just went down to the corner all by herself.
Yeah, we
She
were
makes
just
too much noise.
music for that Scooby-Doo thing.
She honestly would prefer that. Her quarters would be the only place she'd get out of her Hev suit, and she'd customize the climate controls there, so she wouldn't want a bunch of other people to be disturbed by it.
She's getting like secondary space.
Oh, I just realized that I'm right next to the rec room. That's going to be pretty loud in there. I'll have a room buffer.
Where's Homer?
He's still in the VR room. He's in 16.
Yeah, he's in the rec room.
Where is
No.
Homer's token? Here it is. I found it. That's not it.
It's a ghost on the ship.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 staterooms and 9 cold storage thingies.
Cryo, or low berths.
Low berths.
Low berths are what they're called.
That's what they're called.
Yep. And you can rent out low berths for less money.
And we filled up. The wings are full of fuel, and we didn't fill up all of the cargo thingies full of fuel.
You
Because
You didn't? Did you leave one open? That's right. Your truck is in one of them already.
Yeah, the minigun truck's up front.
Oh, can we put the Sparrow in?
Yeah, as long as you can fit it.
So we have distance, so we can bring 9 lowbers, 5 normal passengers, and we have 4 jumps that we can make.
Hey, maybe you should get on your galactic map and see
we should also send a status report. We haven't
Yeah,
done
I
one of those
agree.
in a while.
Are you looking for? So you guys didn't pick up a face of the group beyond Annika, did you?
I don't think so.
So are you asking Annika to go find passengers, or looking for passage to Joyce for these empty staterooms?
I'm pretty sure I'm still the only one with broker.
Well, if you want to do it, you're more than welcome to.
Because I mean,
I hate to
that's
tell-
a broker's.
it's a broker carouse or streetwise check, and I think her carouse is probably way better than your broker. I could be wrong.
Yeah. No. What?
But if you want to
I do things-
if you want to metagame it like that, I'm just saying. I was just saying,
No,
hey,
no.
you brought the pretty girl on board for a reason. Actually,
I
she's
concur.
she's only got a 1 in carouse. Thought it was better than that.
Which is still better than my 0 in broker. I'm trained in broker. I'm just not good at it. So, yes, I want to send Annika out to go. Well, I don't want to send her because I want to figure out where we're going. Like, we have the space to jump through blank space to the place. However, there's no mistakes. Like, there's no place to refuel. If we miss jump, we're screwed. Or we could take the long way and go, like somebody pointed out, up to New Home, over to, what is this, Sturgeon's Law, to LC. I'm going to call it Bacon, and then down to Joyous. But even from Bacon to Joyce, that's still a 3 jump. So, yeah. Request everybody's input.
I don't like getting lost in deep space. I always like to keep one in the chamber. So if we go Bacon to Joyous, we still have 1 extra one, which is substantially better than having 0 extra ones.
I
But
concur. I like the idea of extra.
It also means that we need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We need to refuel at least twice on the way. Refuel and reprovision at least twice on the way.
That's going to be expensive.
But I mean, that's why we've got a ship and all of these crew to refuel and make money on the way.
Do you think we could sell GA 100s at Sturgeon's Law?
Perhaps you should open your ship's library, in quotation marks, and check out Sturgeon's Law and what that planet's like. Looks like you have 7 open rooms. Is that correct?
I believe that's the case, yeah.
Does the crew want to fill low berths?
We have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open rooms.
Okay, so you're seeking 5 passengers. She found 16, so you're
6.
good. 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do the low burst too. What do you guys think?
Now, the question is, are we getting passengers all the way to Joyce, or are we taking them to New Home, picking up new ones, going to Sturgeon's Law, or just one set the whole way?
So I did the original estimate basing on 1 transition. So it would be to your first stop. I'm using a simplified version so I can swing it around a little bit. Technically, there's more to it than this, but If you take the New Home route, there'll be passengers that you'll intend to drop off at New Home. If you're going to go right across open space and go to Joyce, then that's where their destination will be. But if you want to chain them together, let me know now, because it's much easier to do it all at once.
I think we're going to chain them together because it's easier. Safer.
Well, but it's less profitable, because that means that you're not dropping passengers off at New Home. You're going to New Home and you're carrying them all the way to the end. So you only get paid once for the whole trip that way.
And we have to refuel.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Other thing to be aware of, as we go from point to point to point to point, we are being hunted.
Yeah, we are getting closer to New Bern.
And if they can figure, if they can figure out where we're going, it's pretty easy once we just start taking the long route to figure out how to get in front of us. Or how to catch us at one of these other planets.
Well, which way do they think we're going to go right now?
So, right now, I don't know that they know where we're going. We have no reason to believe that they know, because we just got told to go there, so I don't know that they know we're going that way. But every interaction that we have is a potential chance to get located. So, again, pros and cons. Or we can just get lost in space, because reasons.
So you guys are having this talk over the star charts in the office area that's right here in 4? Is that where you guys are having or are you out in the cafeteria area?
We're in the office.
It's still open to the hallway, but it's a little bit more private than the cafeteria area.
It should be more private. We should look for a private spot to talk.
It's also worth noting, since you're talking about taking on passengers, it was all fun doing the Scooby-Doo thing, but we should definitely make sure that this door right here is a delimiter marker for passengers. So all these front passages would need to be filled. You also don't want your passengers exploring back here.
Yep.
Very true.
I just want to know, because Annika's going to have walked up, and on top of saying everything I just said, she's going to be like, hey, so looked around the ship. This is probably how we should break things off to, have off limits for the passengers. Also, I was able to find 6 standard passengers for the cabins and 6 low berth passengers for the low berths, so we can't fill all the low berths, but that's who we have ready to go. And we're just going to gloss over the fact that you guys haven't decided what route you're taking yet.
6 and 6 to New Home.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and calculate. Is that guaranteed? Or have you guys voted?
I just thought. Yeah, that's my vote too.
Okay, that's a 2 parsec jump. Let me go ahead and figure out how much money you're going to make off that then. Oh, technically with your cabins, you can provide either middle or basic passage. I'm pretty sure. Middle, so let me go over them. Middle passage is a standard class. Will be a stateroom for every passenger and occasional service from the steward, but is considered more functional than enjoyable as an experience. It requires a stateroom, 100 kilograms of cargo, and 1 level of steward per 100 passengers. You've got that covered because you've got a steward droid. Basic passage, for those not willing to risk low berths, the option of basic passage or steerage is often called exists. Staterooms will be shared, typically 2 people to a stateroom. So you could cram in, for basic passage, 2 more people into each of those 6 staterooms, giving you 12 passages for each of them. Staterooms will be shared, typically 2 people to a stateroom, or on some scrupulous ship, blah, 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 blah. We're not doing the cargo bay thing because you'd have to put them in your super secret area. For very basic accommodations, this makes sense: 2 meals a day and a mere washroom facilities. This requires 2 tons of spare room on the spacecraft. A resilient personality on part of the passenger comes with a 10 kilogram baggage allowance. It's a lot of very confusing information, but in short, you can do economy class and cram them in like sardines, and they'll be harder to deal with as passengers, but you'll make more money, I think, total. Let me look at the price before I guarantee that you're making more money. Middle passage pays 6,500 a parsec. Basic passage is 2,000. Middle passage actually pays better to ship 1 person.
Yeah, we want to do middle passage anyway. We're more like an airline instead of a coyote truck.
I'm really surprised by that, but yes. Okay, so that makes the math a little easier. So you're doing 2. It's the math 10,000. That's easy.
Well, good job, Gigi.
She's used to customer
All right,
service.
Annika. What do you feel about nipples?
How does she
Sorry,
feel?
there's another girl I know named Gigi.
She's called Gigi for a completely different reason, but if you say how do you feel about nipples, she'll give you a little one of her psionic shocks and your nipples will get real hard. And it's really funny at first until you realize you can't make them stop being hard for like 3 or 4 hours later. Then she thinks it's funny and you don't.
Get chapstick. The other two guys get to see inside of her mind. I get chapped nips.
Shouldn't have teased her. So I think we should have all of us be way up here, and then put the other 3 on these little side ones here, and leave Junkrat in her own little spot back here.
Okay.
Your grand passenger total, if everyone lives through low berths, is 67,800 credits.
Is that enough to refuel?
No, but it's a big fucking chunk of it.
Yeah.
Well, it was 80,000 to fill it up, all 4 compartments up, correct?
I don't think so. I think it was 80,000 to fill it up, all but one. I could be wrong. Let's look at it. So it's 1. So these are, 20 tons apiece, right? 40 tons apiece, okay? So 40 is 80. Okay? That's 2 is 80 right there. Because it's 1,000 credits a ton in the Rift. It's much more than usual. So 40 and 40 is 80, and then it's 120. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's 120 to do all but one. That 80 was just part of it.
Okay.
That 80 was to fill up 2. We had fuel in the wings, and then we filled up the back 2, and then had an empty one that we put a bunch of...
You have 2 empty ones.
...mail in it.
Yeah, but your front piece is a full one too. These are all tanks.
Yes. But I knew 80 because we filled up 2 extra fuel tanks.
I'm pretty sure you guys have filled everything but the very front one. I'm assuming since the helicopter's in there that someone did go check shipping. I don't know why there's an Opel Blitz in there, but that thing is getting absolutely kicked out. Why is that in there?
I think I grabbed it by mistake. Yeah, there you go.
You guys had a token.
I couldn't find the token.
Okay. And are you taking mail this time? That's going to be a Kizik thing. Kizik does mail. If we just have silence, the answer is definitely going to be no.
Sorry,
I want mail.
I need to open a different book and a different computer because this computer doesn't like PDFs.
That's fine. I just need words.
Yeah, I'm looking through the book on the planets to see if I can learn more about that stuff, because I didn't think to do that earlier, because I'm a dummy.
Do you need guidance from beyond the stars? Call our alien psychic hotline. Our extraterrestrial psychics are ready to reveal the cosmic secrets of your future. Unleash the power of the universe with the Alien Psychic Hotline. Because sometimes earthly advice just won't cut it.
Who's in this quarters? These quarters.
3 is me.
3 is you? Okay.
Or not 3, the front one.
That's me.
Then why don't you guys mark permanently like these other ones have done? I got the Boaz brothers marked, and I think that's a wise thing to do. I just want to make sure that because it looks like you have more available quarters than you think you do. Oh, that's right. Homer's just standing in the rec room. Poor guy. But you want him back there, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. Put all the crew together in different chunks. No. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, let me get you some pawns for your pass.
Could we maybe even put up like some sort of sensor alarm that like just doo-doots anytime somebody walks by this?
Sure. Do you want to do that yourself, or do you want to assign one of the crewmates to do that? Because you now have crewmates that you can say, hey, can you do these tasks for me?
That's true. Delegation's fun, but I'm a level 2 mechanic.
Okay, level 2 mechanic, go put your sensor in.
I haven't made a roll yet tonight, so maybe putting a sensor in. If that's all I do, I might feel happy about it. Unless I fail it, of course. Then I'll feel miserable. I got an 11.
There weren't going to be too many rolls tonight. It was a shopping episode.
I got one in.
You're shopping for people. So there's basically just a little like doorbell at a convenience store. Ding, ding, ding. There's a little sign you fabricated up that says, hey, this area is off limits to passengers.
Controlled access zone. There's even a red rope.
I feel like we go through this. I feel like we went through this last time you guys were about to lift off from a planet. It's like when you're getting ready for a big trip and everyone's like checking their bags to be like, oh my God, did I remember to bring everything?
Yeah, I left my passport.
We still need to get mail.
I believe Kiswick's working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He really doesn't want the Windows 11. He's gone to great lengths not to do it. It means that it's a little harder for him to do this.
Currently, anytime I open Firefox on my computer, instead of Firefox opening, my mouse stops moving, and I don't have any video output coming from my machine anymore.
Holy shit!
Wow,
that's a good one. Is that on the Windows or Linux machine?
That's on the Linux machine.
No.
But it's also doing a lot of like weird. I don't know. I'm doing a lot of, hey, I know this game's only for Windows, but like it's okay, just run it anyway. And I think that's why it's mad that Firefox. I don't know. I have a couple of different ideas, but we got a bunch of mail.
Cool.
I rolled a 12 plus 2 because we're a well-armed ship and we're going to a good place. And then I rolled a 2, so we have 2 of them. So we got 50,000 credits of mail.
Okay. And mail takes how much tonnage?
Mail takes...
It's not the glass sparrow. You need a glass sparrow.
5 tons of space.
You should easily have that available, but I need to look at it. You got a 40-ton front hold. First, let's find you a glass sparrow. I know I put some of these out here. Maybe we used them all. Let's go get you a fresh one. Or was the glass sparrow one of the models that stopped working because... Nope, it's right here. No?
Hey, when you rewatch the streams, do you get a lot of Subaru ads?
I don't get any ads. I'm watching my own stream.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I don't get a lot of car ads except from Carvana because, I bought a car from them once and now they'll never let you forget it.
Right. I was just wondering if they think that, like, I just really like dogs. Like, I don't know. I didn't know if they were targeting me or not.
Oh, I was reading that.
Oh, it was 5.
Okay.
5 and 10.
5 and 10, so you're 15 for that.
Then we have 2 5-ton crates for another 10. So we're at 25.
Okay. So you've got a little bit of room for cargo if you wanted to.
Let's get extra snacks.
Your snacks cargo is included in the ship stores.
Extra snacks.
You won't get this reference, but I could give you a ton of expired powdered eggs.
No thanks. Could get a butt ton of cabbages.
I mean, you can. I think Kizik's working on it right now. He went quiet again.
Yes, my other computer, I have to lean far to the left and not touch the Linux mouse, which has my button that lets me speak into the microphone. I was about to say, Captain, please roll me a broker roll.
1 second. Sorry, learning about numbers on.
World profile.
Yeah,
If you
I finally found it in the book.
If you ever want to sit down and go over a bunch of traveler specific stuff like world profile stuff, I'll gladly go over it with you. Not just because I'm so awesome at it, but because I'm not so awesome at it, and I'll take any opportunity to go over those things with somebody, and just for sanity check reasons. It also practice makes perfect.
Yep, I got a 7. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I know what we're flying into. I'm doing that Captain Think Big Thoughts thing.
You got
That's good.
You got a 7 after all your stuff.
Yeah,
Would you like Annika to assist you?
please.
Okay. You want to roll one more dice, whatever your lowest was?
Still 7.
Okay, well, doesn't look like you're going to pick up any cargo. Unless he can fail and still get it. Can't remember how cargo works.
Yeah, I was looking at planet sizes. If we're on a large planet, we get a +3, but no, we're on a small planet in a system. Like, we'd have to go towards the core of the planet that we don't really want to go to.
Well, the way that the rule book works, I thought, oh no, you're right. World profiles are on the planet basis. That is correct. I know that you can do something else, by the way. You can do what's called speculative. Like, you're doing it, hey, I want to buy a lot and ship a set of value, and then they say, I have this many tons worth, and you have to move it. But there's another way you can do it, where you can just look at what goods are available on the planet, buy as much as you can fit, and then hope you can sell it for a profit on the next planet.
Oh boy.
It's called speculative trading, and it's actually what the Perfect Stranger was known for doing before you guys took it over.
Nothing wrong with doing it.
I have one little more micro adventure for this evening, so we can. I mean, I'm not trying to rush you. If you guys really need to take your time, do so. But if you're just, you're just taking your time because you don't think there's something coming up, just know that I do have one more little thing that we need to roll.
We can either do a supplier or a black market supplier or an online supplier.
Regular supplier.
Roll another broker.
Aye.
Need an 8+.
Request Annika assistance.
She will give it to you.
Man, I suck. 7.
Do you have an EDU modifier?
That's with the EDU modifier.
Okay, then. Do you want somebody to roll an admin check to find an online supplier?
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
Focus is a
Junkrat.
9, so that means that we're on a tech level 8+ world, correct?
Yes. Sorry, Soki 2 is a different planet. I'd have to look that up. You can't see it on this map. There is a map where you can see it. You know what? We're just going to say yes for the time being. Go ahead and do your thing. It's not worth me looking it up for this.
Can Junkrat roll a average admin check?
I don't know if admin is one of her skills, but I can check.
It is. She's trained 0.
Yes, she is. And she, I believe, gets a natural plus due to her species.
She gets a boon.
A boon. There we go.
Ooh.
Right. Plus, I'm going to assume that, let's see. An admin check is going to be education. She gets a +1 in education. She rolled a 9, so that's a 10. Yep, so it's a 10.
Excellent. Knew there was a reason we had her.
Wops are really good at organizational stuff. She probably was quite happy when you were like, hey, can you fill out like all of this paperwork?
All right, somebody roll 3D.
$16.
Good thing you didn't go with me. I only got a 7.
All right, so we bought those for 60% of the price, and we'll roll those 3D later to see how much we sell them for.
Whoa. So we bought them. Oh, we bought them on a discount.
Yes.
That's great. My Streetwise comes in handy, I think. But it really wasn't my Streetwise that did anything.
All right, so we got gas, we got supplies, we got a location, we got people, we got mail, we got cargo. I think that's everything.
I think we should also figure out how much we just invested.
Hey,
Math.
there's this card in the middle of the table that is your last progress report.
Yeah, we need to fill that up.
Someone needs to figure out if you're going to send mail and how you're going to send it back to home, and then write up a really quick note.
It's going to have to be Kizik.
Kizik's like, you guys work it so hard. I never worked so hard. It's true, though.
So I'm going to invest all of my UCI currency, which is 10,000 credits.
Oh, really good thing to mention. Your UCI currency. It's almost as though you're about to do a thing where that will become super relevant.
I don't have any of that.
Okay. If you do have it and you're exchanging it for straight gold credits or something else, just know that it exchanges at 80%. So you only get 80% gold for the number of UCI credits back. It's also worth noting that anything on your cards is probably like the Kulkus Infinite card. All of that money is local credits. So you're about to leave the system. You should probably consider what to do with that. That's why Kizik is like, I'm going to spend all my local currency on investing in something. It's a good idea.
What happened to this unicycle of mass destruction?
It's supposed to be in your ship. You guys brought it back. It's yours.
Okay,
That
I was just
be in
making sure.
That should be in the cargo
Let's
bay.
put that.
Let's look at what
Yeah.
its shipping cost is. Shipping. 1.5 tons. Yeah, man, don't forget this. This makes me so happy. I mean, it makes
Hopefully
it
that
makes
doesn't.
it makes us all so happy. It shouldn't put you over any limits, right, Kizik?
Okay,
Nope, hadn't hit that yet.
good.
Can we have a little token that says mail, like a little box?
Absolutely.
A mailbox.
I need 2 of them, actually.
She'll have them.
Does anybody else have any goods they want to invest in? Or
When you say invest in,
Can we
Is that,
sell stuff? Like we have the heat suits, the ice axes, the thermal goggles. Can we get any money back from that kind of stuff?
You could, however, you may want to consider putting all that stuff down on a card and saying this stuff is now in the ship's locker, so that later on, when you're like, I need to climb up a cold mountain, I need to buy a bunch of, oh shit, we already have that.
Okay, good point.
You don't have to do it that way. You can just assume there will always be a shop there, and most of the time you'll be right. But if you're wrong,
I'm good to go.
got a good to go from Ghost.
good to go.
No dubs?
I am trying to figure out what I want to throw in the locker here.
I see
Hold
I see a lot of Kulkus currency still sitting on your table.
Like 20? Oh, the gold or the...
The Kulkus Infinite card with 49.75 on it.
Oh, yeah, I do. I need to convert that probably, or are we just blowing it?
It's up to you.
Blow it.
You can keep it in Kulkus currency and then try to, trade it off later, but the further you get from Kulkus, the less it'll be worth.
I'd rather just trade it out for a different currency. I mean, the gold stuff seems to spend anywhere, right?
As a rule, you can convert gold back and forth to credits. It is usually much harder than it has been on this planet to just go up to a vendor and hand them a gold coin. Like that's not a usual thing. Usually you have to find an exchange point.
Okay.
But yes, gold is a universally accepted. Diamonds are universally accepted. Rare materials are universally accepted. You can also do speculative trading on a personal scale. You can sit on this planet and you'd be like, what does this planet make? This planet makes amazing cigars. Well, those amazing cigars on New Home might sell for twice their value. You can try stuff like that.
Did we need the money for anything we were doing with our ship that's going on? I know initially I had given Kizik the $4,000.
And did you then take it back?
I did. I was told he was covering stuff with the diamonds that he had.
Right.
Hey, why are there 2 unicycles of mass destruction now?
I don't know. I can't copy anything.
Sure.
He put it in the fabricator and rolled it.
So Kizik, do we need the 49?
Do you want to invest in my scheme that I bought? I got a good deal on, let's say, fur coats. And I'm going to sell them on the planet we're headed towards.
Is it even cold there? Did you look?
I know, for real.
No, I rolled a number and it popped up that said I got fur coats.
I want to go with Ghost. I mean, do we know it's cold there?
What
Let's
What Ghost is doing
it
is
has
fucking up a system that is all like Kizik has rolled on a table and done a thing. And there is risk associating, and you guys are fucking it up. And I'm defending Kizik.
Okay, I was just being an asshole brother. Sorry. I was just role playing.
I thought it was a legitimate question.
I know you thought it was legitimate. That's why I said something only when you started to. I knew what Matt was doing. But when you started getting into it, I'm like, he's legitimately going to spend 15 minutes here, talking about this thing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go ahead and invest. So what I got 49.75.
Excellent. We bought 15,000 credits of fur coats at a 60% value and are looking to sell them for more than 60% on our next planet.
Okay, copy that. I'm zeroing out my 49.75 since you have it.
Okay. Dubs, does that clear you? You're good to go then?
It does clear me on the credits. I do have 20 credits of UIC money.
You can wipe your ass with it.
Okay, thanks. I will keep that for mine. That'll be my 2-ply toilet paper.
Right? Okay. Captain, I believe you were the last one.
I just changed everything at 80% to gold, and all my cards are empty.
That is a valid way of doing it. It's also the fastest and easiest way. Okay, do you have the gold pieces you need?
Yep, I just changed the number on here so it's tracking them as
Oh.
one piece.
Oh, that is so hard to do. That's fine. That's fine. We can do it like that.
I just didn't want to make that many 100.
Yeah,
little
no,
gold
I get it.
pieces.
Well, the reason that I had it like that was because it does represent a weight. Like that's one of the downsides of converting to gold. So you now have 52,000 worth of gold coins. Where are you keeping that?
In my room.
52,000 gold coins. 1,000.
It's a lot of gold.
Yeah, I mean that's why I didn't have them set up like that. That's why I didn't have you just changing the numbers. I physically want you to look at it and be like, "That's a fuck ton of gold coins. What do I do with that?" Like that was not an accident.
Hmm.
You can get yourself a pirate
It's a
hat.
big ingots.
You can get it in bars, and then you can add it back to the ship's kitty in bars if you want. So we've already established that gold bars are worth 1,000 credits a pop. And there is a bar around here that Ghost is using to represent the gold bars that are stored in the ship's safe. That are in the area. You could do that. But I don't want you guys to do that too much. Because like it's really easy to lose track of. It's that magical Fallout caps thing. Like anyone who's played Fallout is like, you get to the end of the game and you're like, I've got 95,000 caps, and I'm like, but where? But where does he have those caps?
That's a good call. Yeah, I will. Add those to our ingot count over there. Where's it at? There it is.
Oh, we can copy that bar, and you can hold on to your own too.
Okay.
No. That represents the bars in the safe, and that's the only reason I've allowed it to happen.
Gotcha.
Like okay. I originally was going to make you have all those bars. I don't want it to be a thing where it turns into everyone having their own bar. In fact, I think that bar should be on the map in the safe. And you guys should have to physically go pull those bars because it's not magically on your person.
No, that's correct. It was in my ship safe.
It's in the ship safe. This yellow box right here.
Well, now we have 67 of them.
Oh boy.
Okay. So now is the captain clear?
Changing this back to 21 of the little.
How many coins do you need?
20.
You need 20. Easy to do. I've got stacks of 10 already set. Well, I had stacks of 10 already set aside. Apparently I split it at some point.
There's stacks of 10 over here on Kizik's panel.
It's fine. I got it. There's 20.
Boom.
That's a much more reasonable number to have.
I saved up a bunch of money, and now I gave it to the ship. Yay!
You're truly the captain.
All right. I think I'm done now.
Okay. All right. So the only thing left to do is to actually do the action of taking off, flying, and going to the next world. You guys have selected the route, as I understand it. We're just going to draw it on the map real quick to make sure that I have a understanding of what you guys are doing. You are going from Colchis to this parsec, and then from this parsec to this parsec, which doesn't mean you stop in the middle because you jump too, so you are just going to go directly across, but I have to move like that when we're counting jumps. That is one jump to jump, so it's 1 week in jump space. Correct?
I
Right?
thought we could only jump once.
I thought we could only jump one.
You have a jump to ship. That means that you can jump 2 parsecs. Okay?
I thought we had to jump one strife. Am I reading this wrong? The J drive says jump 1.
Oh my god, you do have a jump 1 ship. That is correct. Okay, sorry. Good call, guys. So you do have to stop in the middle. So it's a 2-week, 1 jump, or jump 1 transit. So you have to jump here to the middle, and then you have to jump across to New Home. Look at you guys paying more attention than me. It may have been that I was digging through a bunch of ships, and I got confused. Okay, so let's do the first jump. Well, first, let's lift off. I mean, you guys have been here for a while. Who's going to be doing the primary piloting stuff? I mean, Raymond's going to come up here, but he is going to, for respect reasons, sit in the co-pilot seat.
Yeah, we both sprinted down the hallway, elbowing each other, trying to get into there first.
Did Luca growl at him?
It's always coming.
I mean, it's all good until you roll snake eyes and crash a ship.
He's got a 4 and a pilot, bro.
I have a 1 and then a 2 in dexterity. He has 1 extra.
Okay. I'll be in the engine compartment.
I will be standing, looking important.
You know he has a +1 to his dex, right?
Ha!
So the captain is standing on the bridge. Make it so, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Because like I'm ready to lift off, right?
Do the
Yes.
thing.
Roger, Captain, you're telling me to lift off. Good.
Aren't you gonna contact the tower and do all that shit first?
Yeah. Tower, requesting permission to leave.
This is Sulky 2 air control. We can clear you for a slot to leave. Stand by. And they go through their normal processes as you guys are warming up the ship. You've got crew members going to various stations. Junkrat is... So you guys didn't tell Junkrat not to go down this access hatch, did you?
I would try to head it off before we took off, but if I didn't get there in time, I understand. I was kind of distracted.
Nope, we forgot.
Okay, well, that normally would lead down to the engineering base, so she's going to find herself lost inside of your super secret engineering area.
Wouldn't
see.
that thing be locked?
Right?
No.
I thought that I put like stuff over top of it.
So, okay. You guys are really you didn't say any of that. And
Fair.
that would only have raised questions 20 minutes ago. So
That's true. It's just last time we had people on the ship. I did put stuff over
You
it.
scrambled to put a cardboard box over top of it, but if you want to ever use it, and you have used it, then you have to move the cardboard box.
That's true.
If you guys want to stop that stuff from happening, you must say in advance. You can't wait until the minute that the thing is sprung and then say, "Oh, by the way." So,
Understand.
you just also completely derailed my startup sequence, man. So Homer is glued to a window in the, area here because he's never lifted off ship. I think Annika's going to be in there with him too. Homer and Annika seem to be getting along pretty well. They're the exact same age. Aiden, what are you doing?
I should be getting myself ready to start doing the astrogation stuff, so...
Okay, so you're on the bridge in the astrogator seat?
Yep, sorry I didn't go to that specific spot. Yep.
Okay, so we've got everyone sorted. Yep. Okay, so they clear you for a lane. You did your roll for lifting off. And... you didn't do your roll for lifting off.
I got a 8, 9.
Okay, ship comes off the pad. Little bit of dust. A little bit of dander because it had cats on it for a long time. Oh, shit, your cat. I forgot. There's a cat on the ship.
Oh, there wasn't until we lifted off and then it popped on.
Actually, that's probably very close to what happened, yes.
It just automatically appears.
Yep. If you've read the description,
magic.
it's a very real thing. Like, it won't let you leave without it. It just poofs into existence in Aiden's lap.
Hey, what's up, man?
And you guys sail off towards space. You break atmosphere easily. You start making your way towards the 100 diameter limit, which is where you can start, making the jump into jump space. And who's on to do an astrogation? What's next?
Okay, so that would be me, astrogation.
Okay. Now would be a moment for Taylor to discover that Junkrat is lost in the... Because he would have come down here to try to help with the jump drive thing and noticed she wasn't down here. And she's literally lost in, like, what is this room? And she's like, hey, this is a very, very strange mod. There's supposed to be a cargo bay here with an engineering section, and this doesn't look anything like it's supposed to.
The adjutant's in here too, right?
You guys never specified where you put the adjutant.
I always assumed it was in here, but that's on me, I guess.
I don't even know where his token is.
Yeah, I don't remember ever talking about where we were going to have it on the ship either.
I do remember Kizik making a big deal about, I'm going to get in the truck and get it to the ship before anyone can say anything about it.
Yeah, we got it to the ship, but we didn't specify where in the ship it was.
So it can be in there, that's fine. I'm assuming it's still plugged into cabinet form, where it's just like a humming refrigerator on the wall.
Right.
So she's gonna be like, yeah, so we probably should get ready for the jump. This is very interesting equipment.
It is, and Junkrat, I would just really appreciate it if you didn't say anything about this room. This room is to use the special electronics that the ship's got on it, and it's just really not part of the mechanics of the ship, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we don't want to tell our passengers about this room. Cool?
Okay. Concealed room, not to be mentioned to passengers, or I'm going to also assume authorities. I can deal with that, no problem.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Junkrat.
Took that very well.
Yes, she did.
I'm curious how long you expect to keep that ruse up.
Until we need to use the room. We will cross that bridge when we get there.
Because, at some point she's also going to try to use the rear cargo doors and realize that there are giant cannons in there.
Yeah. I did just hint that we have special ship systems.
Mm-hmm.
She probably immediately went around and started checking them all out.
No, she went to try to start the jump drive check, but she's waiting to see if you want to do it. Once again, new crew members are looking to the old crew members like, me do this? You do this? Where do I fit in this pecking order?
I'm really good with life support, but you go ahead and do that J drive if you want.
Excellent. Waiting for astrogation. So if you guys need a refresher, I can tell you how to do your jump.
Please do.
Okay, so the first thing that we need is an astrogation check.
All right, so roll a 6. So it's education is astrogation, right?
Yep.
Just to make sure. So it's got a 7.
Okay, hold on. I need to figure out.
Then you roll a d6 to figure out if it was however many minutes, hours.
157. That's the page I'm looking for.
So we roll the d6 first to find time before the astrogation roll.
The jump needs to be plotted. This is an easy 4+ astrogation check, so that was your first check. D times 10 minutes. So you roll 1D times 10 minutes minus your education modifier.
Okay, 3. I rolled a 3 times 10, you said, right?
Yep, so that's 30 minutes minus your
30.
education modifier.
minus education is education modifier is a 1.
Yeah, maybe it's
So-
maybe it's minus your EDU altogether. What's your education altogether?
11.
Let's make it minus 11.
Okay.
Okay. And modified
So
modified by
It
the
was
jump.
30 minus. That was,
Oh.
Sorry, 30 minus 11, right? Is what you were doing?
Yes, minus the jump distance, modified by the jump distance. Okay, so I think that was supposed to be added to the original check, but that's fine. You still passed because it's only one jump, so a 7 would still pass because that'll be a 6, and a 4 is what you need to pass. If the check is failed, which it wasn't, blah, 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 astrogation can be done in advance. That is correct. You're already doing that. You're on your way out. And then when the captain is ready to jump, firing the jump drive requires an easy 4 plus J drive check, which we've already determined is going to be run by Junkrat. And it requires 1d 10 minutes education, same way as before. The jump drive has been maintained. You are not using unrefined refuel, and you are outside of the limit, so there's no negative DMs. Okay. When the captain is ready, he may initiate jump.
Initiate jump.
He says the words. The Bwop pushes the button, giggling. And the ship enters jump space. Dun, dun, dun. And you guys have entered jump space. Now, we managed to burn ourselves down to a half hour left, so I'm going to have to rush this part. So somebody roll me 2d or 2d6. Yeah, 2d6. Then read
11.
and then read me the numbers. Don't calculate them together.
5 and 6.
Okay. As you guys are... Oh man, I got to think of somebody who you would actually recognize. Or actually, I don't have to think of somebody. I can just make somebody up. You guys discover that one of the passengers is a shared friend amongst the party members. Who is this person? And add this ally to your character sheets. Don't everybody start at once.
Like it's somebody that could be associated with Mr. Jones.
It could be somebody associated with anything, but I would be very careful with that line of thought.
Okay.
Like it's just somebody that all of the party members happen to know, and you don't have to have known them at the same time. There's just this weird, colossal, small galaxy coincidence where one of the passengers is someone who you all have run into at some point or another, and you're all going to add him as an ally, him or her, or whatever. It could be a Vargar, could be a Aslan, could be, it could be another Bwop. You're going to add this individual to your allies. I had to pick a short one because you guys run the clock down really hard.
Right.
All right.
Somebody that worked for Mr. Stuttgart.
Okay. So it's one of the employees that worked for Mr. Stuttgart. It's going to be one of the people that worked from the office that was visiting the ship when he showed up in his big motor car. Maybe you stopped and you all talked to him for a few minutes.
Dylan the intern.
It's Dylan the intern. Okay. Ronan, tell me something about Dylan the intern.
While he was interning, we got to talking to him about just the random stuff he likes. Like, I got to talking to him about like small arms and just like guns, and he's a big gun nut.
Okay, it's a big gun nut. Kizik, tell me something else about Dylan the intern.
After everybody else met him, Dylan and I played online poker for like a 6-month period.
Who won?
You know he's really you know him pretty well then.
Roll gambler and tell me who won. If you don't have gambler as a skill, take a -3.
Oh, I rolled an 11. I have a 0 in gambling, and was that education?
I don't think it's education. It would do intellect, sure.
Okay, then I had a 13. So I won. I won big.
Sure did.
owes me.
Dylan owes you. You have an effect of how much? It's however much your effect is times 100.
500 credits.
Dylan owes you 500 credits.
Damn, Dylan. He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, I didn't think I'd see you guys. Oh, it's your ship. Oh, I don't actually have the 500 on me, but
But
good
you're
for it.
Good for the passage that you also paid for?
Yep. It's paid by my company, so it's one way. But when we get to new home, I'll pay. Yeah, good for it.
He's from Amontiage, so he totally gives you a paper Amontiage bill for 500 credits.
Oh.
I mean, I guess we're square now. You want to double or nothing later?
Yeah. Some live games would be awesome. Get the crew in on it. Hey, maybe that blonde will play.
Eat you alive.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
Right. That's a good way to play it, Kizik.
Yep. We're playing later.
All right. Let's see. We did Ghost, we did Ronan, we did Kizik, and now we're at Thodubs. Tell me something about Dylan the intern.
Well, we kind of met on an online forum initially. We were basically talking about how much we loved our pizza and about different ways of cooking and serving it. And so that's kind of how we got initially met.
So you guys are going to make pizza for poker night.
Sure.
Okay. You guys are going to have poker night one of the nights during your jump space week. All right. Other than that, I'm assuming everyone is adding to a study period.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and tally your study period. Make sure you're keeping proper track of what you're studying.
This is just 2 weeks, right?
No, it's 1 week per jump.
1 week.
It will be another week once you guys jump out or drop out of space and then jump again.
Copy. 1 week ad.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything other than add study period time?
I want to train Welly.
Okay. What are you training Welly to do? Welly is actually... Let me go ahead and tell you a couple things about Welly. So dogs are not actually well suited to being on spaceships. And now that you're in space, he is having a lot of issues. He went through it before. He's not in danger or medical or anything. You can tell he doesn't like being the gravity plating shifts and he gets very upset. So he might need some help being trained for how to cope with space. The good news is he's getting surprisingly along well with the ship's cat, but you're pretty sure that's because the griffins were taking care of him. So he's very accustomed to cat-like entities, and the cat doesn't seem to mind him at all either. The cat, on the other hand, keeps crawling into rescue balls because they're like boxes and just going to sleep in them.
Where it fits.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, I want to work with Welly and just make sure he's chill in the ship, I guess.
Could be an animals handling.
Oh, Jesus, I knew it was going to be a roll.
It's a social role, too.
I don't have any skill in it, but let's go for it.
You're taking a -3.
Yeah. And I'd have 0 in Soch.
At least not negative.
Right. All right, here we go. Oh boy. 8 minus 3. 5.
Okay. That's not a critical fail. So, it's
Can I use intellect? No, because I've never trained a dog before.
you're doing not as bad. Like, it's the thought that counts. You're not going to successfully train him in one go. But Willie appreciates that you're spending time with him. It's a dog, and you're spending time with him. How can you go wrong, right?
Right.
So, all right, we're gonna drop out of jump space, assuming everyone else is good. I didn't hear anyone else saying they were doing anything else.
I
Right.
hit my training
Go ahead.
limit. Can I roll for that, and then the next week I undo the battle robot and talk to him?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and roll your thing. What was that you needed to do, Ronan?
I would like to make sure that Homer and as Danica are doing well with their space traveling and getting ready, like being part of the crew and whatnot. 'Cause
Okay. They've been exploring the ship, just so you know. They're gonna have noticed the room by now. You're not gonna be able to keep this for secret very long.
we didn't think so.
So, and they're both going to have approached you about it. And I'm going to assume that you gave them basically the same speech that Ghost gave Junkrat. But you really probably should have a crew briefing at some point and say something. The only one who doesn't seem to have spent time going down there is going to be Raymond. And he spends most of his time between the cockpit and the galley and his room.
So I just, on my laser thing, I get beep, 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 beep. They keep crossing the line.
They're crew members. You can't tell them not to go back there.
Okay.
I think your entire philosophy of trying would be they wouldn't want to be on the crew anymore. Would you want to be on a ship that had that kind of thing going on when you're supposed to be a member of the crew? I think it's
Right.
I think it's a really bad idea, and you're going to have a mutiny because you're going to be keeping shit from them, and then they're going to find all this super shady shit, and they're going to think you're pirates. You just, I don't understand why you're doing it to begin with.
Really, it was just to keep the passengers away.
That made sense. That's what I thought you were doing it for.
That is my understanding of what we're doing it for, is to keep the passengers in the passenger area.
I failed my dex roll. I rolled a 3.
Uh-huh.
So I did not successfully become better at athletics dexterity.
Okay. Well, what you can do is you can just take one more study period and you will be able to try it again. So, you still want to go talk to the robot?
I do.
Okay. And you want to do that before this next jump or after?
In the week we're jumping.
Well, you're jumping 2 weeks.
And we jumped 1 week. I tried to get more athletic, and then the second week I'd like to go talk to the robot.
You can talk to the robot during the first week. Think of it like a major and a minor action. You just want to go talk to it. You're not working on it or anything, right?
Okay.
Because that's how I'm treating it. Is you get a major, you get a social action, and then you get a major action. Okay.
Cool. Yep. I hit the power on button. I say, "What's going on?"
Okay, so in this thing's alcove, there is a standard crew bot, but the standard crew bot is wearing a set of polycarbonate armor, advanced polycarbonate armor, and it's been painted in some, it's actually kind of intimidating. It's been painted over, it's got red and blacks on it, and it's, got skulls and crossbones, and it looks pretty badass. But as you get a close look at it, it's definitely just a crew droid. And you power it on. And it says systems online. K62 active. Resetting new parameters. Unable to connect to computer core. Please enter validation codes.
Validation codes. I looked through my phone to see if I have a validation codes.
You have several sets of validation codes, including codes that are for the ship and associated systems, because you still have your original phone. You do still have your original phone, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you want to use the one for ships and associated systems?
I give him that code.
Code accepted. Warning, short-term memory failure. Memory units purged.
Oh, that probably could have been helpful. Are you online now?
This unit is active.
Do you have long-term memory units?
Accessing. Long-term memory units are active.
We need to have a conversation with a couple more people. My name is Luca. Do you have a name or designation?
This unit is designated K62. This unit's designation has been recently wiped. All systems have been returned to factory defaults.
Well, that's good. But you have long-term memory, so you can talk about the ship's activities from a couple of years ago.
Some data logs exist from previous operations. Your query is not specific enough.
I know. I gotta bring you up and have a bigger meeting with everybody. Hey, Captain, and brother, you guys want to come talk to a robot with me? We're in the front bay.
Sure.
Aiden can come too.
Pause the movie I'm watching. Talk to a robot? Vroom, vroom.
No, that's in storage mode. You can't ride it.
I
All
just
right.
walked past and said vroom, vroom.
I know you, but like we got the helo here too in crates. You got a room. I got a ticket. Sorry. Hey guys, this is K62. He was, or he had at one point had arms and was arming things, and I turned him off and remembered after we went through a whole bunch of stuff. He says he has logs from before we were here on the ship. I don't know if we have good questions. I figured since he was talking to me and had these long-term logs, we could all ask him questions.
What's the latest thing it remembers?
What's your previous memory, K62?
That is a vague inquiry.
Last known, log? No? Location?
Last known log was being rebooted approximately 14 minutes ago.
Okay, before that, what was last log?
Last
Date?
log before that was an emergency halt command ordering a reset to default parameters, erasing the system's personality and initiating failsafe mode.
It's like 6 months ago, 9 months ago that happened?
3 months ago.
I might have
Read.
done that one.
Who made the request?
Authorized user from bridge panel. Unknown identity.
Yeah, that was me.
Gotcha.
What about the
Okay.
one before that? So third most recent memory log.
Security logs indicated forced shutdown of unit. Intrusion was detected but unable to be stopped, and short-term memory logs and many other logs were deleted.
Intrusion software, huh?
Affirmative.
You also looked for the data core and couldn't find it. Like we've got a backup core in there now. Do you see that?
This unit is not integrated into the ship systems.
Interesting. Wait, no, is it? I don't know. It's a robot. This is way out of my scope. You give me a combustion engine. You know, like I could.
Reference to backup core. Reference to backup core. Relevant logs encrypted. And he spits out a data drive and holds it in front of him. It's like a little data wafer, not like a data core.
Thanks, K62. Do you have what's your crew designation?
Please define. This unit's designation is K62. This unit's personality matrix has been deleted and reset to factory defaults.
So we give you software, we can make you a gunner droid or a loader droid.
This unit has multiple different software packages available.
Can we make him sound like Gandalf?
A full diagnostic will be required to access currently available software. However, software customization is available for this unit.
All right, where's your access port? I say pulling out my laptop.
So a little slot in its chest where the data wafer came out opens back up. Just so you know, it doesn't matter whether your laptop is a certain tech level or blah, blah, blah is a certain tech level. If you as a player character can't program this droid and you go in and start mucking with its operating system, Firefox might not randomly open and may cause your video drivers to fail.
I'm just going to do a software diagnostics.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what systems he had available to him.
Oh, when he says diagnostics, he means you have to let him shut down and run a self-diagnostic for until you get to new home.
I pull my laptop cable out and say, oh, sorry, I thought that you meant like I was going to get to do something. Yeah, go ahead and do your diagnostics thing.
Diagnostics will be complete in approximately 160 hours. Full reboot will be required upon diagnostics completion.
Huh. How much are these things worth?
A lot, because it can do virtually anything a crew member can do.
Yeah. Maybe we should just sell it. I'm just being an asshole. I know that it's worth a lot, and I'm just being snooty. Robots, cyborgs, that kind of thing.
Oh, you
The
can't
thing's
go
a
through
Roomba.
there.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's filled with fuel. I'm going up this way.
I mean, you've got a pretty big crew now, so you could consider getting rid of the redundancy. But I can also tell you, you're not going to find another crew droid like that out here on the Rift.
True. I'm just hating on it because that's character choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I might teach you to be an engineer.
You should get it and the steward droid together. Maybe the steward droid can help it through its trauma.
It's rebooting right now. Its trauma's going to be over once it's done.
Its trauma's already technically over. When you initiated the failsafe command, you're actually the one, metagame, who deleted its short-term memory. Like, you told it there was an emergency scenario and it needed to stop and wipe, and that's what it did. Any data that could be useful to the enemy, meaning anything you're really looking for, is probably not there anymore. With the exception of a data crystal that you now have in your hand, or data disk that you now have in your hand. If you wanted to do one of those checks, which I know you wanted to do, maybe that's the thing to do it on.
That's what I'm going to spend my second week on. I'm going to go back to the special computer.
Oh, you don't need to spend a week. It's a GA thing. You have a code. Like, you're just going to unlock it and look in it. But
I'm going to get back to my special computer and crack my knuckles, and then it's going to boop, boop, unlock, and I'm going to go, well, I'm already back here.
Also, when you're talking about special computer, that computer that Holmes found, you guys never did fully decrypt that, did you?
Nope.
No.
Okay. So if you were looking for something hard to crack, maybe that's also a thing you can do. You shouldn't have a shortage of things like that to work on. I've provided a couple over the course of the adventure. Yeah, so first off, that data card, before I forget, it's basically another thing referencing Drop Point Hotel. And it is part of basically it's a black box that the droid was given instructions that if everything went to shit, to eject that data card and transmit its contents back to Jones. And the only thing on it is the reference point for Drop Point Hotel.
Ah. Okay.
And drop point's still on Hersion's Lust,
Herzen's
Yep.
Lust. Yep. Right there.
right next to Bacon.
Bacon. I like that. I don't know why they make these names so unpronounceable. All right. And I think what we'll do is we'll pick up next time with you guys doing the next jump and all the things you want to do in it. And we're going to call this here. You guys are doing a fantastic job. You're going to make lots of money when you get at your next destination. I didn't know if you were going to go New Home or across the Black. I really wasn't sure which way you guys were going to go.
It seemed real dangerous to go across the Black.
It is real dangerous to go across the Black. But as I think it was Ronan pointed out earlier, you guys are being hunted. So going through, it's real dangerous to go across civilization because bounty hunters probably aren't going to find you in the middle of the Black. Like it'd be a 1 in a billion shot at best.
Right.
But going to New Home, the closest and most obvious jump point from Colchis, yeah, it's going to be part of what I'm going to roll into the next thing. It's going to be awesome. New Home is also probably the most technically advanced metropolitan place in this entire subsector.
I had read that, yeah.
So it's going to be a different experience than the dusty little backwaters you've been on up until this point.
With a full military that believes in quality over quantity.
Yes, it does. So you were reading. It's probably what
We
he's
were
been doing
reading.
this whole time.
I have become much smarter.
hmm
It's a captain right there.
There you go.
The good news of that is they're probably not going to want bounty hunters running around just blowing ships out of the sky in their space.
Very
So
true.
Fact.
You think there's a market for GA 100 Gauss rifles?
Not likely.
What about fur coats?
Yeah, that's
Potentially.
the important one.
I'm about to say the fur coats are probably actually going to be pretty easy to sell here because luxury items, when you get to this tech level, the culture also becomes, it's post scarcity. So things like guns, unless there's a conflict, don't sell for very much at all. Plus, they can just make them in their 3D printers at home if they're legal, which is a big if. But fur coats now, that's a commodity.
And from where I understand, this is like elegant, good, high quality fur coats too. This is not like, crap.
Save it for the broker roll. But yeah, that's good stuff.
That's what I told him too.
All right. So we're packing it up.
Yep, sure is. What does everyone think?
Yeah, thank you. That was great.
That was
Fun
good.
shopping
I read through.
episode. Right.
Two things. We said it a bunch, but then we completely forgot to send a status message.
Sure did.
Oh, wasn't Kizik
Second-
supposed to create the message?
Kizik was doing a lot of things right at that moment.
I know, he was everywhere. I mean, so...
Nope.
I personally would have delegated it to either Ronan or Thodubs. But that's just me.
Yep. No, I was reading, and then it wasn't until we took off that I saw the card sitting there. I'm like, oops. But the other question I have is, where and in which book is the stuff for how the skill training thing works, so I can read up on that?
It is in the core rulebook. Hold on, I've got it right next to me. I'll tell you the page number. I've got it bookmarked. Let's see. Skills and leveling. That bookmark.
Page 55.
Page 55. Yep.
Thank you. Making myself smarter.
Those on the watching the stream, sorry we were out last week. I was not feeling great, but we will be back next week for hopefully more Delta Green.
Mm-hmm.
Later.